Karmelo Anthony said, well, push me, see what happens then. And he pushed him. And that is when Karmelo Anthony rummaged through his bag, took out a knife, and the jury has determined that when that knife went into the chest of the victim, Austin Metcalf, that was murder. And there is a very wide range of 5 to 99 years. And the defense is going to try to get that down as close as they can to the 5 years. But the issue is he had a knife. We don't know why he had a knife. He did not take the stand. This was a self-defense case. And what was in Karmelo Anthony's head was so important because if he subjectively believed that he was going to be killed or seriously bodily injured by Austin Metcalf, who is the victim now, then he had a right to take out a knife. But he did not take the stand to testify in his own defense. So we don't know what was in his mind.
His attorneys argue that the killing was in self-defense, and a social justice group supporting Anthony compared him to Kyle Rittenhouse. What do you make of that comparison and the fact that the jury did not find that this was self-defense?
I'm really shocked by this decision by the jury. Look, this is going to be a difficult case for this country in this moment. It's going to be challenged by civil rights groups. You have a young Black man who has now been charged with murder of a young white man by an all-white jury in Texas.
All-white jury.
And we know there were Batson challenges to the exclusion of Black jurors by the defense attorneys for Anthony. Those challenges were not recognized by this court, so we should expect to see an immediate appeal on that basis. And I'm sure there's some other things that the defense attorney will appeal on. But this is going to be a very difficult verdict for many in the civil rights community, many in the African-American community to accept because of the exclusion of all of the Black potential jurors in this case. You're right. The defense's theory was that Anthony was in this tent. He was asked to leave. He was being confronted and in some ways intimidated, provoked by larger athletes. And he was fearful of his life and he pulled out that knife.
Yes. See the lies what CNN's doing or putting people on like that. We're going to talk about this case, but we're not going to. It's going to be a little later. There's other news for us to talk about. We're bombing Iran. Iran shot down a helicopter, a bunch of other stuff, rulings out of SCOTUS. But they're trying to say, all right, they're trying to say that it was an all-white jury, that there was all whites. It's not true. It was not all whites. Not at all. There was 3 Asians, 2 Hispanics, and an Indian. I mean, so that's going to be the problem with the Batson challenges, because generally speaking, when they used to get the challenges, they would say, like, the Supreme Court's not going to say there's a quota for the jury that, oh, you have to have like so many race, whatever. So it's going to be a problem. All white because of Black prospective jurors, so they could not be unbiased. But it wasn't all white, Gypsy. That's the thing. It wasn't all white. There was Hispanics, there was Asians, there was an Indian. So there was minority representation on the jury. If it was all white, it would be an issue, but it wasn't all white. There's lies they're trying to tell. Lies. What's up, everybody? I'm Jim. I'm here to tell you some news. CF Rob, my last name is Hacker. I had a guy thought I was an Ackerman and related to him. Took an hour to explain it. Wait a minute. I thought you were Pat H. Ackerman. Like Robert Gavea raid incoming any moment. I hope so. I hope so. I'm waiting for that. They are intentionally trying to divide the country on racial lines by lying. That's what they're doing. Yeah. He probably should have taken a stand. He should have. Like, they can't say these things when he didn't take the stand to actually say anything. But anyway, how you doing, everybody? I'm Jim, and I'm here to tell you the news. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. There is a goal, just like there is every night. You know, for every $100 in total that comes in across all platforms, YouTube Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships, or becoming a member on YouTube or Rumble or Kick or Twitch, also Locals Coins, and Cash App, PayPal, Coffee, Ko-Fi, and Super Tips. We add it all up and we hit 100. We activate an extra hour. And then for each additional 100 that comes in, we activate an additional hour. So it works out great. And then after that, when we hit 50, we activate Bellavision, or 25 from an individual donor, we activate Bellavision for the evening. So that's that with that. That's the goal. It's already set up on YouTube. You can pay attention. Thank you to everyone who came over from Rob Gavea's business happenings there. And if you're new here and you like the show, please consider hitting the like button, because it really helps with the algorithm, and, you know, leaving a comment or subscribing to the channel. It really helps. It helps push the show out to more people. We are approaching 2,500 subscribers. So thank you to all the new subscribers. It's greatly appreciated. We're like 30 subscribers away. So that would be great if we could hit that tonight. Hey, Bellavision. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, CF Rob. With that, that means we are now just 98 away from adding a first additional hour and just 48 away from Bellavision. We're going to talk about some other news first. We're not going to stay on the Karmelo Anthony stuff. We'll get back into it later, but we're going to go to other news first. What's up, Pat? How you doing? Ads. Okay, sorry. I will get that fixed right now. I was distracted by something else. I will fix it right now. My apologies. It should be fixed now. Sorry. I totally lost the plot on that one there. So let me get over here. Do this. Yes, please hit the like button. How you doing, K Bean? So great to have you here. Ginger's here too. B Hops, what's up, man? Yeah, Brenda, great for having you. Gypsy's here. CF Rob, Boom's here. What the F's here? Yeah, everybody's here tonight. I thank everybody who's here. On your business. Yeah, everybody's here. Thank you so much. We're going to jump right into the first news story. All right, of the evening. American Dreamer's here. What's up? And so's Kay. Oh, how you doing, Catherine K? Finboy, I have no idea what's going on. Well, I'm going to let you know right here. So overnight, an Apache helicopter was shot down by Iran. So out of necessity, the United States must respond to this attack. We must. It just came from Rob's live stream on new subscriber to your channel. Thank you so much, the Destroyer, to all trolls. I greatly appreciate it. We don't like trolls here, but we do have a couple trolls that come through. But it is what it is. As long as they don't get goofy, we let them talk. Justice for Aston Metcalf. Definitely. We will talk about that, but there's some other news that we want to discuss. So yeah, so Trump responds that we must respond to Iran. All right, because they shot down an Apache helicopter. All right, we have been bombing the shit out of them over the past hour or so. So Trump vowed to respond after a U.S. Army helicopter was down last night. The president initially told reporters while departing the Queens, New York basketball game that the pilots are fine. Nobody's injured, but we're going to issue a report tomorrow. So here's the president talking.
This pocket-sized pressure tool is so powerful, it strips a decade of grime off concrete in 30 seconds.
There's a report that an Army helicopter went down in the strait. Can you give us an update on that? Are the soldiers okay?
The pilots are fine, yeah.
And was
Nobody injured. we are going to issue a report tomorrow. But the pilots are fine. Yeah.
Okay. That's great to know. The pilots are fine. So, and this is Trump's statement. I have just been informed by our great military that last night Iranians shot down one of our highly sophisticated Apache helicopters while patrolling over the Strait of Hormuz. There were 2 pilots involved. Both are safe and uninjured. Nevertheless, the United States must, of necessity, respond to this attack. Thank you for your attention to this matter. You heard a U.S. drone boat pick them up. It's possible. No one's injured. That's right, JimTellsYou, Jimbo, and everyone's fine. But I'm going to get into it. There's reports of massive counterattacks happening on Iran as we speak. Hey, Memorial Rifle Range, how you doing? Great to see you. Texas, not Oklahoma. Texas and Oklahoma, how you doing? So Axios' Barak Ravid reports that according to a U.S. official, the helicopter was hit by an Iranian drone, and an ongoing investigation still has not determined whether or not it was intentional. Like, how would it not be intentional? I mean, we're just saying like an accident? Yeah. Gateway Pundit reported on the incident this morning. Central Command said in a statement that the soldiers were safely rescued within approximately 2 hours, are in stable condition. But we lost a copter. Yes, we lost an Apache helicopter, which is like, those things got like, I wonder if it was the longbow version that has the giant radar on top, because that should have been able to see the drone coming at it. It's kind of, I'm like wondering what's going on, how it happened. You know, Army crew was lost at sea after going down while patrolling regional waters. It's a developing story. We'll have to stay with it. Trump vows to retaliate against Iran after an AH-64 helicopter was shot down in the Strait of Hormuz. Wow, look at that. That's the drone boat that they sent to go get him. A Corsair, a vessel manufacturer, is pictured. This is the boats that we're using in the Gulf that has nobody on it. And that's what they use to pick them up. So this pictured is a longbow Apache that has the giant radar on top of it. What's up, Kofi? How you doing? Over there on the kick. Helicopters, super dangerous in war zones. Yeah. So Iran's parliamentary speaker warned Trump that the Islamic Republic would respond in kind to whatever approach the U.S. takes next. Well, we have more bombs than you do. If they want to play big bomb, little bomb, it's not going to work out well for them. Just saying. We prefer the language of diplomacy, but we speak other languages far more fluently. Oh, okay, so do we. Can we talk about Nagasaki, Hiroshima? Hey, Star09, what's up? Great to see you. Thanks for bringing the goats by. Yeah, you ride the horse you saddled. And their foreign minister said the strike was not intentional, suggesting it was some kind of accident. He added that such an incident was proof that the U.S. should exit the Gulf. Yes, we should leave. No, they should stop trying to blow shit up. Foreign forces in proximity to our territory are a constant risk. Okay. How do you get out of a helicopter that gets hit by a missile? You jump and land in the water? Yeah, but see, like, it depends. Like a helicopter, believe it or not, like unless the helicopter's like engulfed in flames, it's gonna make a soft landing usually, because the rotor's going to keep spinning, and so you make like a powerless descent, so it can actually descend, and it's going to hit, especially in water. It's going to hit, and it's going to be survivable. Even on land, it's survivable. You can a helicopter, unless it's like completely blown to crap. If it's still got a rotor that's spinning somewhat, like as long as the rotor's still there and it's still attached, even if the motors and the engine's not working, it auto rotate their way down. Yes, they can auto rotate. Yeah, and get down. So it's safer, and they're usually closer to the ground than planes, so it's not as far as a drop and stuff like that. So the person said some Iranians want the conflict to continue on the back burner until the midterm elections. You like Trump's message to Kim Jong-un? I have a bigger red button on my desk and it works. Yes, auto rotate. Yeah. See, this isn't a longbow picture. Doesn't have the giant radar on top. If it was a longbow, it has like super good radar. So the shoot down took place one day after Israel and Iran exchanged volleys of fire. The helicopter went down with a two-person crew at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. See, I didn't see anything about this until this morning, so this did not come out of the region. This is another, that's not an Apache, though. Looks like that's not an Apache picture. That's not an Apache. Why are they calling that an Apache? That's not an Apache. Trump's Tuesday announcement comes as CENTCOM Commander Brad Cooper's in Washington to brief lawmakers. Apache helicopters, which cost $35 million apiece, have been operating around the Gulf and the Strait to enforce the blockade. The helicopters have been used by UAE to shoot down Iranian drones during the height of the war. Tehran has maintained the U.S. cannot enforce its embargo with additional skirmishes erupting in recent weeks. Yeah, it's not even close. Was that a Black Hawk? I wasn't sure if that was a Black Hawk, if that was one of those other ones, the sea, what do they call the sea stallion, right? Media are idiots. Yeah, they are. CENTCOM had disabled 7 ships since the blockade started. I believe it's up to 8 because I believe another one was disabled today. Yes, not a Black Hawk. I didn't think it was a Black Hawk either. Yeah, right. You like the Cobras? Yeah, I don't even know if the Marines are still using the Cobras. So we'll see. They were going back and forth with strikes, and now they both agreed to stop. So sea stallions are larger. All right, I don't know. I'm not an expert on like the helicopter. I know what a Chinook looks like. I know what a Black Hawk looks like, which I didn't think that was a Black Hawk. And I know what Apache looks like. I know what a Cobra looks like. I know what a little bird looks like. But anyway, well, there's that. And, let's see. Okay. And this says U.S. launches new strikes on Iran. Oh, wow. Can you guys hear me? It said something about I lost screen share audio, whatever that means. Most media are idiots. They are corrupt. They're doing it on purpose. Yeah. Navy still uses a Super Cobra. It's pretty different from the original, though, dual engines. Okay. All right. United States on Tuesday launched strikes against Iran after President Trump said Tehran shot down an Apache helicopter in the Strait. The mission is a proportional response. See, I'm not a fan of proportional responses. I'm a fan of disproportional. It kind of looks like a Black Hawk. I don't know. Okay. I'm a big fan of non-proportional responses, like overwhelming force. If somebody like shoots down one of our helicopters, we should blow up 17 of their bases, right? That's what I'm saying. Loud and clear. Thank you. The original Cobra is actually a Huey that was kind of squished. Yeah. The mission is proportional. I don't like that. Trump said earlier 2 pilots were uninjured. The Apache was brought down by a one-way Iranian attack drone. So this was, fan of getting it donezo. That's right. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Yeah, over response, not nice response, garners respect. That's right. That's what you need to do. You need to be like, no, FAFO, time to go. Yeah, overwhelming response is deterrence. It is. So their foreign minister did not directly address the incident, but said foreign forces in the region risk being involved in accidents. Like a D5 Trident response? Well, Memorial Rifle Range, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, I would, maybe an eye for an eye is Sharia laws, Jim. Oh, well, there you go. That's what you need to do then. Like, I don't know, maybe like a W-84 gravity bomb would be nice. It's going to be Raising Cane's proportional. Well, I hope so. Trump told the Wall Street Journal that wasn't a big deal and the pilots are fine. which I think it's a big deal. This was at 6:43. United States on Tuesday launched strikes against Iran. Trump said they shot down an Apache helicopter. They did. Iran state media said the projectile was confirmed. The port city. Okay, so Iran state media said Qasem Island was attacked and that a projectile was confirmed in the port city of Surik on the strait. Explosions were heard nearby Bandar Abbas. We need to just take space laser proportional, thus we stand. Well, that's not a bad idea. Agreed. Okay, GBU 57 proportional. That would work. Price equals tenfold. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and since they don't have like a lot of stuff worth $35 million, we'd have to destroy $350 million. So I don't know. How about we just make Karg Island under the sea? Make it an underwater museum. So that's about it. The latest strikes began at 5 p.m. Eastern time. It's a proportional response. Several Iranian defense systems and radar systems around the strait were targeted. Why? This is just my personal opinion here. SpongeBob, make it like Bikini Atoll. Why don't we turn Karg Island into the next Bikini Atoll? Which is SpongeBob Island, is Bikini Atoll. Karg Atlantis. There you go. That's what we could do. Why is there any radar systems or defense systems anywhere around the strait anymore? They should be gone. There shouldn't be anymore. Why don't we do that? Why don't we get rid of all those? Would be the plan, right? Why are those active now? Anyway, that's what I'm saying. None of them. They should be gone. Okay. U.S. Navy surface drone found and rescued the 2 crew. We saw a picture of that after the helicopter went down. Central Command gave no reason for the crash. It said soldiers were rescued after 2 hours. In a parallel conflict, Israel struck the historic port city of Tyre. Under the sea. In northern Israel on Tuesday, Israeli troops operating at the Raman Ridge, close to Lebanon's border, killed 1 person in an incident in which they returned fire. So we could use a battleship right now. Yes. Flat Tyre. No, the Tyre was a city state back during the Middle Ages. Right on the border. Like, it was Tyre, and then there's Accra, and then there was Jerusalem, and there was other basically where it was like city states type of thing. And then they became part of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Okay. And then on to the next story of the evening. The Supreme Court slaps down Biden administration energy ruling. Yeah, that's right. Remember the Biden administration? They made a ruling saying, no new construction, no new gas furnaces, no new, gas stoves, all that stuff. Well, the Supreme Court says, you guys can't do this. What are you talking about? Yeah, Tyre. As I said, Tyre. Kill it with 1,000 cluster bombs. Yes. Jim singing is a great. Jim should take Pete Hex's job. No. Now we're all singing, or is it just me? It can be. Iran has a huge tunnel network. Quite impressive. Well, we could make sure we fill those tunnels in with dirt. Collapse the tunnels. Collapse the tunnels. Flood the tunnels. No new gas water heaters? Well, not anymore, because the Supreme Court says you can't do this. Supreme Court on Monday slapped down a decision from the Biden administration that regulated efficiency standards for furnaces and water heaters. The justices on the high court vacated the D.C. court's decision in American Gas v. Department of Energy, where the lower court upheld the Biden administration's decision to enforce regulations on non-condensing appliances. Yeah, use bunker busters. There we go. Does that mean Walmart's going to start selling normal incandescent bulbs again? I don't know if Walmart's going to do it or not. I swore that that the first Trump administration reversed all that. Maybe just F all the auto pen idiocy. That would work. That would be great. And so what they mean by non-condensing appliances, like they've had these appliances, like water heaters would basically have like an air conditioner, like a heat pump inside, so that you have to like use the heat pump to heat the water slowly, you know, and then they have like other boosters and different things so that like they suck. They don't work right, you know, basically. Lawyers for American Gas and other trade groups sued the Biden administration, said the rules improperly regulated the sale of commercial water heaters and furnaces. Lawyers argued certain furnaces and water heaters would effectively be eliminated from the market. Does Iran still have uranium mines there, Jim? I don't know if they have any uranium mines there. Are they mining for uranium, or were they buying the uranium from different countries? I think they were getting yellow cake from Africa. I'm not sure. They might have mines there, but I don't know. I don't know if there's uranium mines, or they were just you know, enriching it. The department may not adopt standards that effectively eliminate from the market products that have distinct performance characteristics. Lawyers argued that the Biden administration's Department of Energy did not properly consider how its regulation would impact the industry as a whole. The High Court ruled that the D.C. District Court must reconsider its ruling that affirmed the Biden administration decision. The Trump administration petitioned the High Court to slap down the decision. John Sauer and the Trump administration considering how it will roll back the Biden-era regulations at issue in the case. The department has determined that the rules at issue are factually and legally flawed, and they're considering a new rulemaking, which they should just revoke them, really would be the way to go. You know, like, why? Why even bother? Why? They got it from Obama and Hill Dog. That's why Trump wants a sample so bad that they can get charged with treason. Computer says yes, they have mines. Okay. It's complex, difficult to fix, costly. Spend $1,000, save $1 in fuel. Yeah. Iran has opened or begun developing other sites, including Naragan mine located near Bafq in central Iran. Has announced plans for several additional extraction sites. Iran imports and has its own mines. Okay. The case will return to D.C. District Court for further decision making in light of the High Court's ruling. Well, that's just normal, you know. That's just normal how they do it. Supreme Court revives challenge to Biden-era gas furnace ban. Yeah. So the High Court's decision comes after the Department of Energy, now under Trump, switched sides of the dispute. Factually flawed is, in other words, full of lies. Yeah. What's a High Court? Sounds like leftist globalist thinking. The U.S. has a Supreme Court. Yeah, that's how they word it, these people. Department also currently in the process of revising the regulations. So the High Court summarily ruled on the case. In an unsigned order without holding an oral argument, the court did not explain its decisions, and there were no recorded dissents. The justices vacated the ruling of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia and sent the case back for further considerations. So that means even the leftards were like, yeah, you can't do this. You can't ban the sale of fucking gas furnaces and gas water heaters. What are you, nuts? Lawyers call the process which disposes of cases without holding a hearing a GVR, which stands for grant, vacate, remand. Supreme Court follows this procedure when it wants lower courts to reconsider the rulings using a new legal framework from a recent decision without delving deeply into specifics of the case. So they sued the Biden administration over energy conservation standards for furnaces and heaters, accusing them of adopting rules that make traditional non-condensing natural gas furnaces unavailable to most Americans. Non-condensing refers to traditional gas-fired appliances that use a single heat exchanger and vent exhaust gases directly to the outdoors. Let's see how crooked new scum keeps the no gas appliances crap in California. I'll swear I'll start a class action. Hey, you too, Jason. Yeah. Great to see you. I'm having a great evening. I hope you guys are all too. Somebody tell Huckle. Everything is high if you're a leftist. Yeah. The elites all have gas stoves and ovens. Yes, they do. So if the rule is not blocked or reversed, non-condensing furnaces will become illegal to manufacture in 2028, even though they account for 55% of the market. The ruling from the DOE would push American families with natural gas heat into a corner. When their furnace goes out, they'll be forced to choose between retrofitting for electric with the increased month-to-month utility bills or retrofit their home for a completely different type of natural gas furnace. Yep. More climate change crap hoax, yes. Oh, Gesundheit. Well, thank you. Thank you. I did have a little episode there. The appeals court deferred to the agency's supposed expertise in interpreting the statute by claiming that it must be applied to a specific set of facts. In doing so, the D.C. Circuit essentially resurrected Chevron deference, directly undermining this court's decision in Loper Bright. The Supreme Court overturned the Chevron deference doctrine, a bureaucracy-empowering judicial doctrine that critics said led to explosive growth in the federal government in recent decades. Yes, it did. Recent decades, yes, it did. They've already started installing smart electronic meters in New York. Yeah, and they'll be able to shut it off. Like, that's the thing. They were doing that in California. They were telling people, oh, if you do this, we'll give you this free thermostat, smart thermostat. But that let the government control your air conditioning in your house. So they could turn your air up and down depending on when they wanted it. So the D.C. Circuit's ruling reflects not only legal error, but practical folly. Under its novel statutory interpretation, the Department of Energy adopted energy efficiency standards will force millions of Americans with gas appliances to either renovate their homes or switch to electric. That's what they want to do. Oh, that's what they want to do. They want everybody on electric. That way they can shut it off. They can control it. They can say, you only get electric this day. You only get it this day. That's what they want. That's what they want. Consequently, departments now determine the rules at issue are factually and legally flawed. A GVR would permit the Court of Appeals to take into account the developments at the department's revised position. Hey, King of Biltong, what's up? How's it going, everybody? If you guys haven't already, if you guys like meat, you like protein, you like tasty snacks, check out the King of Biltong at www.biltongusa.com. Yes. He has all your biltong needs, which if you don't know what biltong is, it's kind of like beef jerky. It's kind of like Slim Jim, similar to that. They have sausage type things called like drawers and kalabasi. They also have like peri-peri spice stuff. And then they have really hot ghost stuff if you like it really hot. They also have all types of snacks if you like snacks like chips and stuff from like England or Australia, and different types of cookies and cakes and candies. You can check it out. Just go to www.biltongusa.com and use promo code JIM for 10% off. It's very good. I eat it every day. I'll put a link in the chat if anybody's interested. He's a friend of the show, too. He's a good guy. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Finboy Slick says, I was thinking of you earlier, Anton. I made a pie and used the last of your coconut. Yeah. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, they've got these cookies that are like coconut biscuits with chocolate cream. Ooh, are they good? Ooh, are they good? Yeah. Biltong is like prosciutto, but from beef. Yes, it's really good. It's really good. Yeah. So the Sierra Club, of course, was suing, saying you can't do this. And along with Attorney General Letitia James, had urged the Supreme Court not to take up the case. No. Well, thank you, King of Biltong. You're a big supporter. I like that. Hilton's lead is dropping. I hope he has a recipe for his suit. I don't know, man. I don't understand. Like, something's got to change. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. They said that the D.C. Circuit was correct in holding that non-condensing technology is not legally protected performance characteristics, that the court's ruling did not violate Loper Bright by deferring to a department interpretation. Like, this is just crazy. Please don't make me gain 250 pounds. Well, I can't. I mean, for eating biltong, I don't think you're going to gain a bunch of weight. It's like 50% protein. It's like pure protein. It's just good for you, and tastes great. Now, the snacks and the cookies and stuff, if you eat too much of that, you might gain some weight. But, hey. Just work out. The court relied on relevant interpretive tools, said Letitia James. In its new ruling, the Supreme Court directed the D.C. Circuit to reconsider the case in the position that Sauer argued in a brief. We welcome the Supreme Court's decision to protect the American people from this unlawful regulation that would increase the cost for millions of families and businesses and entire class of appliances. Oh, hey, look at this. Hey, Jim, not Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? I'm going down to shoot my old lady. I caught her messing around with another man. Thank you for the 10. That means we're 88 away, folks. 88 away from a first additional hour and only 38 away from Bellavision. Thank you so much. America first. That's a great Jimi Hendrix song. Yeah. You lose weight when you eat biltong. Yes. 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 Sorry, I don't leave it up enough for the people who can't see it because it's. Yeah, so that's a great Jimi Hendrix song. I love Hendrix. I loves me some Hendrix. So this is a great ruling, Yeah, Supreme Court vacates decision outlawing gas stoves and water heaters. So basically, it's a good story, great thing. This should save people some money. This should. So the department may not adopt standards that effectively eliminate from the market products that have distinct performance characteristics. Yeah. Jim Croce sang that song. Hey Joe, did he? I just know the Jimi Hendrix version. Oh, you don't mess around with Jim? Oh, okay, no, yeah. You don't mess around with Jim. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that is this song. I'll have to learn that one. I don't really know it. Leftists have taken over so many organizations. Yes, they do. So, all right, let's do this, boom, 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 boom. On to the next story. You miss Croce? Yeah. I like. He did that really good rendition of, what is it? That one song. Oh man. Well, he did Leroy Brown. Yeah, bad Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole damn town. Meaner than a junkyard dog. Meaner than old King Kong. Well, I'm bad. Will propane stoves be affected by this? Maybe, but they knocked it down, so you can get them again now. What was that? What was that song? I can see John Belushi did it. South side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. Don't mess around with Jim. Billy Roberts did it in 1962. South side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. It's all about you, Jim. Yep. Message in a bottle. Yeah. Apologies. I don't always hang around on YouTube, but decided to pop in and say hi to everyone. Well, thank you. Thank you for popping in, King of Biltong. Thank you so much. The hearing on the SPL say it was good. Croce did operator. Operator, won't you help me play this song? No, was that Croce or was that? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, oh man, I'm getting confused now. Tom Homan reveals plans set to flood New York City with more ICE agents than you've ever seen. President Trump's border czar said on Monday that plans have been laid out to flood the Big Apple with more ICE agents than you've ever seen. Has repeatedly warned Kathy Hochul of an impending surge. Top Trump administration officials have doubled down on threats to flood New York City with I just dropped my phone. Ow. With immigration customs agents after Hochul and Democrats passed sweeping sanctuary laws last month curbing local cooperation with federal authorities. You don't spit into the wind? Okay. Oh, that's right. You do have the chicken pies. Awesome. I'm going to have to order some. I made a promise. We're going to see more ICE agents you've ever seen in New York City, Homan said during an interview with Fox and Friends. Well. There's no volume on this? Oh, man. Hold on. Let me, sorry. No volume. You know what? Maybe. All right, hold on. Let me try and fix it. All right, let me try and fix it.
Their lawful assembly at Delaney Hall over the weekend. After
Can you hear it now?
arrested following days of violent protest, a federal agent was even punched in the face by one of the alleged agitators.
And New York's Mayor Zoran Mamdani doubling down on his far-left agenda, spewing anti-ICE rhetoric.
These are conditions that they offend the conscience of so many, not just here in New York City, but frankly across the country. This is partially why I have put forward a vision alongside so many others to say that ICE should be abolished.
What do you say to people who say language, and there's Democrats in DC who say language like abolish ICE or unhelpful for the political health of the Democratic Party?
I think if we've listened to them before and look where we are. I think it's time to develop a new vision for this party, one that is unflinching in its beliefs and also uncompromising in its principles.
Joining us now is Border Czar Tom Homan. Tom, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Who are these people that are doing the protests and the violent acts, not only against the cops, but the civilians that work in that facility?
Well, the ones we're charging with crimes, the one that they go from protesting to criminal activity, insulting our officers, and damaging government property. Most of them from out of state. Look, these are paid protesters. We got facial recognition of people from Portland. They're at Portland riots, and many from the Minnesota. This is a well-planned, established thing they're doing. This isn't homegrown. There's a lot of.
Yeah, I did get when I changed tabs earlier, I got a notification on StreamYard that said it lost audio. It said refresh or change tabs, and so I wasn't sure. So you did hear at the beginning of the show, you did hear the audio from CNN, right? That worked. I hope. New Jersey now wants all Glock purchasers' info over the past 10 years. Yeah, there's going to have to be a lawsuit. They're not going to get it. They're going to have to go pound sand. I hate all the left and the rhinos. Yep, me too. I hate them.
Local people there to protest peacefully, and they certainly can do that. But the violence, majority of violence, not all, the majority is coming from out of town people.
Okay.
So, Tom, I know you've been in this facility.
There's Bella. You can see Bella.
What do you say about the cleanliness? Because they're saying that the meals
we haven't hit the Bella goal yet.
They're not being
38
treated
away.
fairly. It's not clean. You've been there. What'd you see?
Oh, she's gone now.
I went through every square foot of that facility.
She won't come back until the money's there.
I went through
That's how Bella is. Bella only comes out of the cage for money.
To indoor and outdoor recreation. As a matter of fact, outdoor recreation has kind of a state-of-the-art exercise equipment, which kind of shocked me. And I went into, I heard a lot of complaining about the food. I went there unannounced the following day, unannounced. I went there and had lunch. I sat in the cafeteria with detainees, had the same meal they had. I had my security detail with me, of course, but I had the same tray of food they had. I looked around the room and saw they had the same tray. It was spaghetti and meat sauce. It was green beans. It was charred beans. It was rolls and butter. It was a fruit drink. It was dessert. I ate it. Now, is it a 5-star cuisine? No. But was a well-established meal? Yes, it was. Matter of fact, I didn't even finish it all, and I'm not a little guy.
So New York is saying abolish ICE and zero cooperation. The governor and mayor teaming up to make sure that with the progress you were making with Eric Adams is going to just disappear. So what's going to be your approach to New York? You're going to stay away now?
No, I'll keep my promise to Governor Hochul. I met with Governor Hochul a couple months ago. I explained to her how we dealt with Minnesota, right? If we can work with the sheriffs and arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of the jail, that means less teams into the neighborhoods, which causes a lot of panic, a lot of problems, right? I said, but if you sign the legislation that I think you're getting about ready to sign, That means I'm going to send more agents to New York, because now rather than one guy arresting one bad guy in the jail, now we got to send a whole team into the neighborhood to find this person that didn't want to be found, because officer safety reasons. Now we got to arrest this guy in his turf. He has access to no weapons. I told her it's safer for the community. It's safer for the officers. It's safer for the aliens to have these cooperations with the jails. She signed the legislation anyways. So I made her a promise. You're going to see more ICE agents you ever seen in New York City, and it's coming. I just reviewed an operational plan. I'm not going to tell you exactly when it's going to happen, but it's coming. I'm keeping my promise. We're going to send more ICE agents to New York because you took away the efficiencies of safe arrests in county jails.
So, Tom, it looks like Congress is going to finally pass that $70 billion immigration bill. It's not going to have that red tape. So tell me, what are the funding priorities for you now that you're going to finally get that money?
Well, look, there's a lot of things, operationals that, it wasn't funding through the big, beautiful bill. Salaries are funded. But for instance, overtime waiver, people are capped out. People are giving back money when they're working because they capped out overtime. We need to lift that overtime cap waiver, and we need money to do that. Operational support, a lot of the targeting warrants that we do, we have a lot of smart companies that come in and go through various sensitive databases to try to find people that don't want to be found, right? A digital footprint. So we got a lot of these companies that supply targeting to our officers to go look for these people. That's been stalled. So when this reconciliation passes, that $70 billion will fund us to the end of the Trump administration. You're going to see targeting increase. You're going to see arrests increase. We're also going to be able to pay our vendors, our detention facilities, our medical contractors. So that means that we're going to do a lot more. We're already, making historic arrests under President Trump, as he promised the American people. But with additional funding, we're going to keep our foot on the gas and keep moving forward.
Tom, great to see you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So that's that. And I got this. So here's the rest of the story. So you're going to do that. We got $2 more from CF Rob, adding more for Bellavision. Thank you. And that means that puts us at 86 away from adding a first additional hour and just 36 away from Bellavision. Thanks to everybody who's donating. Thank you so much. And I need to have Robert on at the same time. Well, I would love to do a stream with Robert, but I that's kind of me asking a lot. To ask him to have me on a show like that. So, and iRoll says, okay, I'll do 2 on Cash App, but who do I send it to? You can, if you want, if you see right now on the screen, there's a QR code for Cash App. I alternate between Cash App and PayPal on the screen, and pinned in the chat, there's links for Cash App, PayPal, Coffee, Ko-Fi, and Super Tips. So they're in the chat, and you can smash the like button too. That would work. Definitely. Hey, Doc, what's up? Great to see you. So there's that, and this, and that, and this, and that. That's what we got. Okay, I'll pay to see Bella. Yeah, thank you. I used to make a big crock pot of chicken soup when I got down. I've turned it into pot pie. Yeah. That's the thing. I love if you ever had chicken in a pot. Someone post a link to Cash App. All right, I'll post it. Jim should run for president. We'll see. I think I have it here somewhere. I don't have just the Cash App one. Oh, there you go. K-Bean did it. Hey, what's up, Algan News? Thank you so much, K-Bean. So I'm keeping my promise. We're going to send more ICE agents to New York now because they took away the efficiencies for safer arrests in the county jails. Homan said he previously warned Hochul that if ICE can't work with jail officials in New York counties, that federal authorities will find other ways to track down the illegals. He added that the lack of cooperation could spark panic if agents conduct crackdowns in neighborhoods. Check out what's going on in Belfast. Large groups of Catholics and Protestants are protesting together. Yes, I saw that. We're going to talk about it. Somebody tried to behead somebody in Belfast, and basically I think the Western man has had enough of the immigration, the migrant horde that has come in and enacted crimes and murders and rapes and pillaged. Cash App. Well, thank you, American Jane. Thank you so much. $6 on Cash App. Thank you so much, American Jane. That means right now we're 80 away from adding a first additional hour and 30 away from Bellavision. So thank you so much. I think I can pop Bella back up there for a minute. She came back. She got a little water. Yeah. She'll be there for a minute. Hatfield McCoy's working together. Yep, that's what I saw. I have that. Yeah. I would never want to be a politician or a cop. Yeah, I almost worked for the Chicago Police Department as a dispatcher, but I couldn't type fast enough. I was one word short a minute, and I didn't get the job. Yes, thank you so much. That's right. Time to restore law and order in the West. Definitely. If we can work together with sheriffs and other peoples. Oh, we got another 5 on Cash App from iRule. Thank you, iRule. Thank you, iRule. That means we're now 75 away from adding a first additional hour. And 25 away from Bellavision. Thank you so much. Yes. Fun fact, live ammo largely reduces beheadings. Yes. And you know what else? It also is the cure for pedophilia. Fixes it every time. Did you get my $5 on Cash App? That was weird. It's $5. Yep, I got it. $5. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Yes, Bella. Yeah, she's here. Mm-hmm. I miss my dog. Mm-hmm. Yep. Lol, everyone. Yes. Every time. Yep, it works every time. Yeah, unlike that Panther piss cologne from Anchorman that only works 60% of the time, it worked 100% of the time. It works 100% of the time. 100% of the time. It cures pedophilia 100% of the time. Cures it. It's a vaccine, you could call it. So I told her it's safer for the community, it's safer for officers, it's safer for the aliens to have these cooperations in the jails. Yes. 100% agreed. Live ammo fixes so many things. Yes. The sprawling package which Hochul signed into law in May blocks local police from partnering with federal immigration officials and bars ICE from most public spaces across the Empire State, including hospitals and parks. It also restricts agents from wearing masks. Well, you can't restrict them from doing that, and you can't really restrict them from public places. Yes, it has 100% efficacy. 100% efficacy. Hochul blasted Homan's move on Monday, accusing him of going in a different direction than what she and the president initially signaled about ICE manpower in the city. Democrat governor said Trump explicitly told her in a face-to-face meeting that he wouldn't deploy federal agents to the Big Apple unless she asked. I'm not asking now. That'll never happen. Oh, well, it's not up to you. And they're coming. I want to make sure we keep the city safe. Well, the best way to keep the city safe is to get all the illegal alien criminals out of the state. Kami Mandumi asked about Hochul's comments, ripped ICE as cruel and inhumane. We've heard time and time again of the increased threats and immigration enforcement across the city. I want to be very clear. The fact that ICE raids are cruel. They're inhumane. No, I don't think so. They're very humane. Think of all the lives saved because they got those murderers and rapists off the streets. Mandumi said, I've shared this directly with the president. It's a feeling that many New Yorkers share, and I don't believe ICE as an entity that should be abolished and that we should return to an immigration. He wants it, one that should be, he wants ICE to be abolished, and he wants to return to an immigration system where everybody just comes in and we don't, yeah, that's what Mandumi wants. No immigration enforcement. He can go pound salt up his butt. Hochul's up for re-election, has vowed to restrict ICE in New York. In January, proposals scrapping agreements with the feds that would have allowed local jails to hold migrants for ICE. Bruce Blakeman, who's running against her, said that he will restore all that stuff. Republicans vehemently opposed to the significantly ratchet up package which passed in both chambers of the state legislature. Homan has repeatedly threatened to unleash a wave of agents in the state if lawmakers pass sanctuary laws. Meanwhile, Hunkle has made clear she does not want ICE in the state. Well, it's not up to you, lady. You live. Is she trying to say she wants to? Is she trying to say she wants to secede from the Union? Is she a Confederate? Mm-hmm. I have the right to protect every single New Yorker. Go do your job somewhere else. Fuck you. Where do you think you get off telling us to go do immigration enforcement somewhere else? Arrest her now. Arrest her. She's an open sedition. Yeah, she's saying she's above the law. In New York, our local police need to be focused on local crimes, not filling up our jails with people who ICE had taken off the streets. We're not asking you to fill them up with people taken off the streets. We're saying these fucking liars. When you arrest a criminal that's an illegal alien, we say, hey, they're an illegal alien, so give us a call and we'll come get them instead of just releasing them. They're liars. Just fucking liars, man. We'll help you with the criminals. Always have, always will. No, they won't. Yeah, that's right. Supremacy clause. Biatch. That's just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. So here's some footage of America hitting back of the places. Well, that's all the footage I've seen so far. Yes, let's go. So it says the U.S. officials tell CNN our strikes are not expected to harm the negotiations. They are a warning shot. What the fuck? No, we gave them enough warnings. They've had enough warnings. They've had enough warnings. They've had enough warnings. This PJ Media, who I kind of like too, just says, Homan warned New York, now ICE is coming. Y'all rock. I'm on tequila. This morning I was having a good dream. Then I woke up to bullshit DRs from India, fucking with women, cheating, scamming, Democrat evil bullshit. So I went and said, fuck sobriety. Well, we are a capitalist Confederate republic. You know what's inhumane? Driving to a soccer game and dying because you thought the big truck with the CDL could read the street signs. Yes. You got more? Okay, we'll send them if you got more. D-Day 2.0, I hope so. Light the fires and kick the tires. It's time to grease some... Never mind. I can't say that without getting in trouble. ICE is preparing the largest deployment ever to New York City. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what happens. We'll keep an eye on it.
And the Trump administration's border czar says he's heading back to the city with more plans to crack down on illegal immigration.
All right. He's also talking about working with Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani. We'll see how that goes. Good day's Briella Tomasetti is here now with what we're learning this morning. Very interesting, Briella.
Yeah, and we've seen some high-profile raids in recent months, so we could see more of those in the future. Border czar Tom Homan clarifying that immigration officers are already operating in New York City. He said, though, he plans to ramp up those efforts, pointing to New York's sanctuary city laws. It comes on the heels of last month's ICE raid on Chinatown's Canal Street that resulted in the arrest of 9 undocumented street vendors and 4 protesters.
I plan on being in New York City in the near future. We're going to do operations in New York City. We know in New York City, me and Mayor Adams at one point had an agreement to let ICE into Rikers Island so we can arrest the public safety threats and the safety and security of that facility, but the city council shut it down.
The city council sued Mayor Eric Adams after he signed an executive order allowing the move in April, claiming that having agents at the facility could lead to civil rights violations. ICE previously had an office at Rikers, but it was shut down in 2014 when sanctuary city laws were established, prohibiting the agency from having a presence there. Under current law, Rikers is slated to close in 2027 and be replaced with 4 smaller borough-based jails. The news, well, it also comes just weeks before Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani is set to be sworn in, replacing Adams, who had, by the way, been an ally of Homan and the Trump administration.
If the mayor of New York City wants to come and talk about making the streets safer, open up for discussion. I'm willing to meet with anybody. President Trump's willing to meet with anybody. So we welcome any conversation. But if they don't want to assist, they want to keep pushing back and impeding our efforts, then we're going to just send more teams there. We're going to flood the zone.
Ran a campaign.
Mamdani said earlier this week that he reached out to the White House to arrange a meeting with President Trump, requesting to talk about the city's affordability crisis. But in regard to immigration, his transition team told the New York Post, New York City's more than 3 million immigrants are essential to our city's strength, vitality, and success. The mayor-elect remains steadfast in his commitment to protecting the rights and dignity of every single New Yorker and upholding our sanctuary laws. Mamdani is...
Whatever. We don't care about that. All right, let's get into some other stuff real here. Check this out. This is a post from out in Belfast. It says, after taking this photo of burned out houses in East Belfast, 2 local lads scrolled through my phone photo library to ensure I hadn't captured any faces, telling me with no animosity, like, to fuck away off before you get kneecapped. Oh, they ain't having it. They ain't having it. How haven't the constitutionality of sanctuary laws not been challenged yet? I don't know. I can't imagine this Supreme Court would say it's okay. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine they would say it's okay. My dog is always free to go anywhere, multiple dog doors and 4 mile to the closest neighbor. That's awesome. My dog just likes to lay there. She doesn't do tricks until she gets the payment, they say. Sounds like they were patriots. Yeah. So here, a Sudanese migrant tried to behead a man in Belfast last night. Henry Nowak bled to death, handcuffed while his killer cried racism. British courts won't name a grooming gang rapist. British police will arrest you for posting any of this. So let's see what good old Ann Coulter has to say about this.
These are adult defendants. They're not native Britons. They've been invited into the country, raped little girls, and the judge's position, the court's position is, we must protect them. Don't let anyone know what their names are. What on earth?
So once upon a time, the U.S. adopted free speech in liberal traditions that came out of Great Britain. But in the modern age, Britain has really taken a different path. Politically, they don't view, and also in the law, they don't value free speech in the same way that it's been protected in the United States through like the First Amendment. So judges, for example, can and do very, very often put reporting restrictions on cases that are ongoing. Even after they've been convictions, sometimes they can restrict reporting on things. But I will say that in the people themselves, they still have that spirit here for free speech as a cultural norm, even though it's not necessarily reflected in the law. They're quite outraged here when police make arrests over social media posts. You may recall that a number of people were prosecuted and convicted over inflammatory things they posted after the Southport riots 2 years ago. And background Southport was when a young man of African heritage slaughtered a classroom of girls that were having a dance party. So there were a number of very young girls that were killed in very brutal ways. And it sparked some rioting in some towns by the white working class. And there were people who posted very inflammatory things against migrants online, and they were prosecuted.
That's pretty outrageous. I'm thinking maybe what I need to do is interview a British policeman and find out, are they going to lose their jobs or pensions? Will they be fired? Will they have their knuckles rapped if they don't behave in these insane? I just can't imagine any heterosexual white male engaging in this behavior. Maybe I could demand proof that they have testicles. I can't imagine a policeman in this country, no matter what pressure was put on them, arresting someone for a social media post.
Policing cultures between the US and UK are really different. I mean, it was shocking to me to learn as well that policing institutions it's endemic that they're woke in the UK. Whereas in the US, what you have is the leadership will be woke because that's appointed by the mayor, but the officers themselves are not. That's not necessarily the case in the UK. Several generations of officers have been hired, have been trained in DEI, and it's become part of the culture of the policing.
Oh, that was loud, and that was really not good. So yeah, so there's this. Then Kathy Newman is a sick human being. A man is nearly beheaded by a migrant who shouldn't be here on the streets of Belfast. She rushes straight to her newsroom computer to blame the far right, Rupert Lowe, Tommy Robinson, and Nigel Farage. This is what the same thing we're seeing here in the U.S., seeing the same shit.
So let's look at how this story unfolded on X. The attack happened soon after 10:30 last night. So just over an hour later, 11:39 p.m., Tommy Robinson, real name Stephen Yaxley Lennon, posts a video on X saying horrific scenes in North Belfast tonight as an invader was caught trying to behead a man in the middle of the street. Now, the Restore MP, Rupert Lowe, uses similarly strong language at 6:18 this morning. If a migrant comes to our country and attempts to saw a man's head off in the street, a Restore Britain government will not deport. With the British people's approval, that savage will be put to death. That is not enough. These atrocities will keep happening. The barbarians are already inside the gates. Immigration will end from countries that are proven to supply us with these monsters. Third world migrants who hate our way of life will be removed from our country. Restore Britain will deport millions. Now, 8:42 a.m., Nigel Farage joins in. What happened in Belfast last night is horrific. The authorities must reveal the identity and status of the attacker immediately. The public are entitled to the truth.
Yes.
9:09 a.m. Alex Burgott for the Tories says, last night there was an appalling and brutal attack in North Belfast, which was met by extraordinary bravery by some local people. The police have made an arrest and it is vital they're able to do their job. Residents should be told the facts of the case as soon as possible. And it's not until 10:07 a.m. that the Prime Minister says the horrific attack in Belfast last night is sickening. I have absolutely no tolerance for abhorrent scenes of violence like this on our streets. My thoughts are first and foremost with the victim, and I thank the first responders, including members of the public who intervened. So you can see that Tommy Robinson and Rupert Lowe were far earlier onto this story, and then the mainstream political parties follow suit. So the question is, to what extent far-right accounts on X are whipping this up for their own?
They're whipping it up. The far-right accounts are whipping it up. Can you believe this? Can you believe it? That's what they're saying. The far-right accounts are whipping this up. Bella, what are you doing over there? What are you looking for? You can't chase the cat. What are you doing? You can't chase the kitty cat. Jeez, what are you doing? You can't chase the kitty cat. Oh, so check this out. Protesters are checking cars looking for migrants. This is in Belfast.
That's a holy shit. That's scary. Yo, we're checking the cars. What the fuck? Don't like it a video. Yo, they're fucking checking a very fucking That's a holy shit. That's scary. Yo, we're checking the cars. What the fuck? Don't like it a video. Yo, they're fucking checking a very fucking
Yeah, check it. See, that's what they're doing. Extended cut. Apparently, migrant homes are being attacked and set on fire. The situation is escalating. This is, I think, before that picture we saw of the houses burned.
We're all shaking like fuck now. You fucking foreigners! Fucking get up!
This looks like they're knocking out windows and stuff. This is bad. Like these guys are all dressed in black. I wonder if these are Antifa guys. Maybe this is Antifa over there doing this. What do you think? We'll blame it on Antifa. This is far left. They're all in black. If they weren't Antifa, they wouldn't be in all black, right? Yeah. Oh, this is. So this is what's going on over in The fault lies with allowing people incompatible with our culture in. This guy says, good, this needs to escalate. Why did you add the Polish flag to the post recording riots following a knife attack in Belfast? Because Poland doesn't fuck around. Yes. Let's see. Wow. Oh, my ex is. What's going on with my ex? That's weird. Something went wrong. Every once in a while, my ex gets weird. Oh, here. Reports are coming. Cars are being stopped and checked for migrants. This is another one. This is another one with cars being stopped and checked.
Shit, man. Oh! Holy fuck.
They just kicked us so far in.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Get me out of here. They want to drive into me, bro. They just punched him.
What the fuck? Holy shit.
Wow, that guy's using some kind of spray. The Polacks are over there helping. It could be. Is the IRA still a thing? I think they are. I think they're like just all, I think they're all politicians now. I don't think they're actually doing anything. Should have pulled Rosie's passport. Everybody's sick of it. Yeah, everybody is sick of it. Everybody is definitely sick of it. Definitely sick of it. Let's see. Several fires from Gundam Zig. Hold on. This is a video now from more of Iran showing the strikes and where they're located. Wow. Oh, all right. So it says sentence reached in Karmelo Anthony case. All right. Let me do this and search for that. Let me find it. Okay. Okay, well, here we have the first simulator. We have the first Karmelo Anthony simulator was just posted.
Get out of here.
In Karmelo Anthony Simulator, you can solve problems with a knife, start a GoFundMe, and become a hero overnight, and try to beat the system.
But once you're inside, the real punishment begins. Karmelo Anthony Simulator, FAFO Edition.
Wow. I'll play that game. It looks pretty good to me. Looks pretty good to me. This is what's going on outside of the courthouse. So if anyone was wondering, this is
Oh my God! This Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of murdering a man just because they wouldn't let him sit in this place where he's not supposed to be in. Oh my God! Me and all the left and African American people of color are so mad. You can see this little guy's like a scene out of 2001: Space Odyssey where they find a bone and then they get real angry and start crushing stuff. And he's doing the Wakanda dance, saying, "Let my people go," and just proving every stereotype wrong. So with that, oh my God! With this.
What's it say? That's your type of game, is it, Jim? Well, it sounds like it. Yeah. I got questions. Yes. I'm in town. What's it say? Okay, I'm heading down to take the Dem neighbor's meds. I'm taking y'all in case I fall. Okay. Never. That's terrible. It is, right? Yeah. What's this? Oh, look at that cute little thing. Yeah. There's another. Oh, you know what? I'll find them. I have a whole bunch of stuff here that I was saving that I was going to get to. We'll do it now. So we looked at these are the houses that the results of what happened with the protests in Belfast. We saw this Kathy Newman lady. We got this. We got these are some of the more reactions of the people.
Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty of first-degree murder. Of course,
I can't, but they play music over it, so they try to screw you over.
right. So they rejected self-defense claims.
All right. Well, I can't play that. Music's over it. So, oh, look at the new Europeans. Yay. The new Europe. Wow. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, here was the thing. An African migrant just tried to behead a white man in North Belfast. It's not good, right? Not good. Not good. Yeah. When you bring in large number of people from places with collapsed institutions, weak rule of law, tribal conflict, and no basic infrastructure, and no stable policing, you are importing the consequences of those failed systems. Regular ass people are expected to absorb all this risk, the violence, the cost, and watch, while leftists call them racist for objecting. It's crazy. Here. And check this out. This Sikh brother explains why you can carry such a big deadly knife around at all times. And his explanation is valid for every person. So why can only Sikhs carry this?
So this is a kirpan. Okay. Yeah. So Sikhs wear it. The sword of a warrior. So I unplug it. And there it is. Yeah. And that's perfectly fine in the UK. No issues with that whatsoever. Okay. I've been wearing it for 15 years. Never had an issue.
Police never stopped you?
No.
Never stopped you?
You got a link? Give me a link.
Well, they tried once or twice, but now it's normalized. Back in the day, 15 years ago, it wasn't normal, but today it's perfectly normal and everybody understands it.
Yeah, people are educated to it now.
Yeah. In England, we're allowed, Amritari Sikhs are allowed, baptized Sikhs wearing turbans with, flowing beards like mine. We are allowed to wear it. There's no issue with us wearing it. And we're allowed to use it, but you don't really need to, unless you're in a situation where you've got to do it. And it's either for your protection or it's for the protection of your brother, your sister, your mother. Do you understand that?
Yeah. So just the only people that have the right to defend themselves and use weapons, it seems like, are the Sikhs. It seems. That's what it seems. Yes. Live. Okay. Let's see. The verdict is live. Let's go to the alert verdict live. B Hops has it for me. Thank you.
Ultimately, the reason they only had one witness, in the punishment phase. So,
and I think that we truly cannot Monday night quarterback this thing. I
Monday
do
night
agree that there are countless conversations that you have with your client. There are countless conversations that you have with your client's loved ones and family. There is a tremendous amount of strategy that goes into every decision that you make as a defense attorney, as a defense team. And so I will say, while it seems quite interesting that only one witness was called, there could have been, sort of discussions and strategy around the only person that Karmelo Anthony wanted to speak on his behalf was his mother. There are lots of things that could have been considered, and we all need to remember that when it comes to any sort of criminal prosecution, any sort of criminal trial, that the person charged, the citizen accused,
they're letting them do it in
convicted
Massachusetts too.
is the
They're letting
driver of that ship.
They're letting them bring those knives in schools in Massachusetts now. So how's that going to turn out, you think? How many kids are going to get stabbed in Massachusetts because of Sikhs with knives?
By the wishes and the desires of our client. And in this case, because he's so young.
Oh, thanks for being here, Lisa.
I don't doubt for one second that his family played a huge role in the decisions that he made.
So let me ask you this. Let's talk about now what's happening with these jurors at this moment. You've been in the seat waiting for the answer. You've been in both seats, Bree. So let's talk about what's happening with the jurors at this moment as they try to assess years of confinement.
Yeah, don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
It's really tough, I think, for the jurors, especially under these facts, because you have to remember, none of these jurors are lawyers. Most of them probably have had zero contact with the criminal justice system. And so to ask them to come up with an appropriate punishment or appropriate sentence is a huge lift, because they have no basis to know where to start, right? And so one of the reasons that we call witnesses during the punishment phase is to help jurors make a decision beyond the arguments that the attorneys make about where do I begin in my deliberations for assessing punishment under these sets of facts, understanding that I'm now needing to factor in everything that I can possibly know about Karmelo Anthony, about his life, about where he comes from, about where he's going, and really figure out what is most appropriate. Because what we're asking a jury to do, which is a unique thing in Texas, right? Where in Texas we allow juries to impose punishment, impose sentences,
Right.
which is unusual in the United States. But because we do that, you know, we have a responsibility to educate them to say what is an appropriate punishment when you're looking at the whole person here. Because I think it's easy to say, oh, well, you killed someone, so let's sentence you to life. I think that's an easy thing. I think what's much more meaningful is to say, let us dissect everything that we possibly can, not only about the offense, not only about the victim, but about this defendant and what can, you know, where he can go and grow from this experience. And I'm hoping that this
Go
jury,
and grow from this
you know,
experience.
looks at a 19-year-old kid and says, I'm not sure that we need to throw this kid.
All right, here's the thing. All right, I'll address this right now. I wish, I wish more Kablamo footage. Okay, thank you. I wish we had a criminal justice system that actually rehabilitated people or tried to rehabilitate people that are rehabilitatable, you know, like people that they can rehabilitate. I wish we focused on that so that, like, I'm not talking about this kid in particular. I'm talking about or this person in particular, this murderer. I'm saying, like, we don't do that anymore. We don't have rehabilitation. We have punishment. You know, that's it. And retribution. We should have a system where if somebody does make an honest mistake type of thing, or has, you know, a night of a bad judgment or something, that they could be rehabilitated. You know, we don't do that. We still have the best system in the world, though, you know, but I mean, our system is does not rehabilitate. It's not that it's just basically like, oh, we're going to keep this person locked up until they're no longer a danger to society per se, or until their time is served. But a lot of people get out and there is no judgment that they're no longer a danger. It's just they served their time. They have started attacking white people at the courthouse, police shutting it down swiftly. Wow.
It away. I'm not sure that the right and appropriate punishment here is that he spend the rest of his life in prison and confined.
And so
that there is hope and there is a future here.
All of this is speculation at the moment, but they've been deliberating 2 hours and 20 minutes or so on the punishment phase. They deliberated about 3 hours, not quite 3 hours, I guess, so maybe a little over 3 hours on the guilt or innocence. Does that tell you anything?
All right, here's some stuff happening at outside the courthouse right now to get people getting attacked.
You got what you want to get. You got what you want to get. Your 5 minutes of fame. You thought you was going to get. Hey, keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. We will. We will. We won't give up. Y'all got to come way out. Guilty.
So I don't wonder what that is. Did they say what the punishment limits are? Well, it's going to be either between 2 and 20 years or 5 and 99, depending on whether or not they say that it was a heat of the moment thing or whatever, like something about passion, something about heat of like, I don't know, like what they're calling it, like, you know, like, but we'll have to see. Texas will arrest all the people who are trying to make a mess. Yeah. Conspiracy to commit assault. Is that what they arrested this guy for? What did this guy do? Did he attack somebody? Pat says 99 years if they're attacking whites proves he and his kind are a danger. 5 to 99 with parole. Sudden passion. Yeah. On the ground live. Okay. Let's see. Yeah.
Get off the roadway, please. Get off the roadway, please. Get off the roadway, please. Again, get off the roadway, please.
All right, this is a lot, and I got a live streamer here. Here's a live streamer that is live right now. There's Elijah Schaefer. I'm trying to figure it out.
Without us, there would be nobody.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
you'll get some content this part.
Oh, I know.
So you just got back from Portland?
I was there in December. I got back from Atlanta last month. Content creator summit thing. Yeah. I know people, friends. So. Now it's calming and I can.
All right, there's Elijah Schaefer talking to people.
So now the sheriffs are out here protecting Elijah Schaefer essentially because he's got a firearm. And the crowd doesn't seem to like him for some reason. Can't determine why. I don't know. Excuse me. Possibly long night ahead, yeah. Possibly.
The live stream doesn't go back far enough to before that. That was a video from the post millennial. That must have been earlier in the day because this guy's live stream doesn't go back that far. His live stream goes back like 4 minutes. That's it. So did they sentence him? We're waiting to find out what the sentence is. Still waiting for the sentence to be read. They got active when the sentence was reached. Yeah. Black called the cop a cracker there. Yeah, we're trying to keeping everyone on tender hooks. Yeah. So let's see.
Cool. Welcome, buddy. Good question. Damn, they got zip ties ready. Chat.
And it was.
Okay.
Got a bit of a crowd building here. I guess the only way we can have civil debate is if there's an officer in front with them. JLR's got something happening over here. Yeah. Interesting one, chat. Yeah, 2,000 watching, 1,000 likes. Get more likes.
All right.
More likes, follow, share, subscribes. Definitely an interesting one.
All right.
Feels like it's lightning speed, but maybe not, right? Because they only have so much information that they can consider. And, there's only so much time you're going to go around and around in a circle about what people's thoughts and opinions are.
Right. That's good.
So, but if you're saying that you would expect, or you would have expected reports, you would have expected more than just the mother speaking, why do you think that didn't happen?
And again, I think that I think you've seen, right? There's so many people that are Monday night quarterbacking what the decisions were
Monday morning
were as
quarterbacking.
it relates
Monday
to the
morning
defense team and why they
quarterbacking.
called who they called and why they didn't call anybody
Oh,
else.
okay.
And
All right, there's Elijah Schaefer backing up there.
I don't know that I can really say with any level of clarity, sort of why we landed here. But I do think that there's something to be said for, painting a complete picture of Karmelo Anthony, to say that this is a 19-year-old kid. He made a bad choice.
Another
Bad
person lost his life, murdering somebody. Yeah.
But his life matters too.
Wow.
And it's really impossible for us to know at this moment until we can hear from the defense team. Remember, there was a gag order imposed in this case, so we weren't able to talk to the attorneys leading up even to this trial, as we so often do, to learn what we can, glean what we can about their defense and how they plan to approach the case. What we learned about it really was during voir dire, that it appears as if they're going to make self-defense their claim. And yet we didn't learn about that until they were picking the jury in voir dire. So we are being told by Lori Brown, our reporter in the courtroom, that Austin Metcalf's family is there, but only Karmelo Anthony's grandmother is there at this hour, but not his parents, who were there earlier. Maybe they're coming tonight.
I can't imagine that his parents are not going to be in that courtroom.
Right. It's not that kind of situation. There have been cases, and you perhaps have tried those cases on either table, where the person had no
35
support.
years.
The defendant had no support, nobody there with them. This is not that type of case or family.
And that's what makes it, it does. But I agree with you, Sean, that there's just a scheduling timing thing. Maybe there's it is what happened about the circumstances, about if I found them guilty, what to be.
A lot to look at. There's for me to come out to look at it.
I have this long criminal history sitting in front of me that makes it a little bit easier for me to would assume that means that this person could perhaps you reflect that this person hasn't been terrible. Death penalty case that I'm a part of right now, and I will.
This is fucked. I don't know why. Let's see here. Let's go back to this.
You got a lot of people.
You don't get to put murder on somebody's child, because that could have been your motherfucking son.
Damn, so not 35 years.
Anybody motherfucking son. 35 motherfucking years. Motherfucking mother. You should have said, don't give that man no motherfucking name. They said 5 to 99 to life. You should have said 5. Because you know that shit wasn't trying to go down like this. 35 years.
And teach your kids not to do fucking bullies. I went to school. That's what it is. You should talk to kids not to be bullies and bullying people. Every day. But the government is a bully.
Yeah, for murder, 35 years.
35 years, chat. 35 years. 35 years, chat.
Wow, that guy's loud. 35 years. Wow.
We don't want to hear that right now. I mean,
All right. Well, if anyone sees anything that looks interesting, if anybody sees anything popping off, pretend outrage. Yeah. He'll be out at 31 to 35 years in age. Do it again. Yeah. He'll have a free PhD with room and board for crime. You ain't kidding. Everyone wants to be famous. No time served in Texas law is half sentence or 30, whichever is lesser. Oh, really? What does the poll say? Let's see. The poll says, where is the poll? Did the poll get canceled? I don't see it on there. There we go. So we got 99 to 1. 99 to 1. Poll is 99 to 1. I can't believe one person voted no. We can end the poll. So yeah, 84 votes, 99 to 1. So one person voted no. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, wow, we've been going an hour and a half. We're going an hour and a half. We didn't even hit Bellavision tonight. Wow, that's gives and go money for a convicted murderer. Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do. I wonder what was Greg here? Maybe Greg was here or something. I don't know. Someone was here. Must have been Greg. Yeah, must have been Greg. Yeah. So, kind of crazy. But this is more stuff that's going on overseas. Check this out. Allahu Akbar, a Somalian online streamer gets arrested in front of the House of Parliament for imitating a beheading in public. This is the UK now.
Allahu Akbar. What do I say? What do I say? Hey, put him on the hat. Put him on the D. Put him on the D. What do I see? All black. All black. Oh, all right, we're done. We're done. Oh, game over. Oh my God, we're done. That's
We're all under arrest.
Jack. Secure car.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What we were doing is not good. Yeah. And then 2 months later, it actually happened. An African migrant. Yeah. No, it's crazy, right? Get to that in a second. And here, Carl Sturmer, he's going to tell you with these people. All right. He's going to go over here.
Come on, you. Let's get your citizenship sorted so you can vote for me in the next election. You've passed the test.
Thank you, sir.
Right, follow me.
Yes, sir.
Come on, you.
That's what they do. They just want the votes. You guys will be surprised to know that the nation is shocked as the jury rules you cannot stab someone in the heart for no reason at all. Shocking, I know. Shocking, I know. This was sheriff's deputies intervene after a group of the Free Karmelo shirts surround a vehicle of Austin Metcalf supporters. Well, I mean, they're not really, I mean, they're just there saying for justice, right? No, you paid some money for Bella, but there's like a specific amount. It's $50 or $25 for Bella. I mean, I'll put her on for a little bit, but we're not even, I mean, we're still 25 away from Bellavision. It's on the bottom scroll and 75 away from an additional hour. I mean, I can't, I'm sorry. That's the way it is. I got to see what that is. 38% of the votes counted. Lindsey Graham has 115,000 to Mark Lynch's 51,000. Wow. CBS News update. All right, I'll pull that up. Where's the killdozer when you need it? Definitely. Let's see what this was. Another one. Clue Battery posted something on it for X. Let me see. Chat. Thus we stand. Hey, thank you. Gifted. That's good news. There we go. Thus we stand gifted 5 memberships. So that means that is Bellavision right there, folks. That is Bellavision. And that means right now we are just $50 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Because those 5 gifted memberships on Rumble is $25. So that means we're now just 50 away from adding a first additional hour. So thank you to Thus We Stand. So far, MacGyver and Rocky Macabre got those memberships on Rumble. If anyone wants to run on over to Rumble, get yourself a membership. There's still 3 available on Rumble. Still 3 memberships available on Rumble. Thank you so much. Thus we stand. Thank you. Oh, okay. I will pull that here for a second. Where are we at? What were we watching? This. Okay. We have this here. It says, in Japan, a gorilla named Kiyomasa got in a fight with his mate. She kicked him out of their enclosure, and he was later spotted sitting alone, seemingly thinking his life's choices. Oh, my bad. I was sharing the wrong page. My bad. Oh, wait, I can't. There's music. I am Iron Man. Wow. He's all upset about it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. Terrible. That's what happens when you get kicked out of your enclosure. It's terrible. There was one more thing here I was supposed to pull up. My bad. I'm trying to pull up too much stuff at once. Okay, so we got Karmelo, Anthony News Lives updates. Jury hands down 35-year sentence. 35-year sentence. Wow. MacGyver got a gifted membership. Rocky McCobb got a gifted membership. Yeah. What is wrong with South Carolina? Yes, we got Bella now. Yes, you do. Thank you, Thus We Stand. We have Bella now. 5 subscriptions. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Thus We Stand. No free memberships left. Okay, who got them then? No, it says, no, there's still 2 left. CF Rob was gifted one. There's still 2 left. There's still 2 left over there on Rumble. Still 2 left. So if anybody wants to go to Rumble and pick up a free membership on Rumble, go ahead. Have at it. There was one other thing I saw. It was CBS, I thought. Where'd it go? Someone said they had CBS. Was it here? Here, CBS? There it is, CBS. Yes, CBS. Here we go. CBS News. Live.
Went over that earlier, but the bottom line is this is somewhat of a federal trial for us when we look at it from a coverage standpoint. We have one reporter inside the courtroom who is feeding us all the details because
got to chat though. If you chat in Rumble, you'll get a membership.
Trials are going to work for now. And Aaron Jones is inside, Andrea Lucia, JD Miles, I mentioned, outside. It would appear, Andrea, that even the words of the defendant's mother
Gigi's mom was gifted a membership. Yeah, there you go.
When they come back with a 35-year sentence, she was the only one, and she was Kayla Hayes, talking about the love of her son, which, obviously any mother would need to say that, despite the horrible circumstances of what we're dealing with. But the question at the end from the defense attorney was, does he regret what he did? Perhaps an effort, obviously, to, receive some kind of mercy from the jury. And her answer was yes. He's very sorry for what he did. Did that come into play? Would the jury have maybe leaned toward the upper end of that 99-year spectrum and they gave him a break at the 35? I think until obviously we talk to members of the jury, we're not going to know that answer.
Yeah, a lot of the times attorneys will, after
you got a free membership, MacGyver.
Concludes after the jurors are released. A lot of the times attorneys will be able to go back and ask questions of the jury. That is likely a question that will come up. What worked, what didn't, whether they share that with us is up to them. We do know that there is a press conference planned after the victim impact statement. So it's certainly one thing we'll be asking the attorneys if they were able to speak to the jurors, if the jurors indicated what factors they took into consideration.
All right, we'll pause this for a second so that I can do this, bring this up. Yes, we did have another. So we had another gifted membership from the King of Biltong. Thank you so much. That means right now, folks, we are just $45 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. We got about, 45 minutes or so left to show. If we don't hit it, we're 45 away from adding a first additional hour. And it says right now, we still have one gifted membership available on Rumble. MacGyver, Rocky McCobb, CF, Rob, W, Gigi's mom, and Upon the Horizon all received gifted memberships. There's still one waiting. Yes, Biltong coming in with another gifted membership. Yes. Okay, hit me. Thank you. Thus we stand. Yes. JP Schwartz. Let's see who gets this one. Bum, 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 bum. Waiting and waiting Waiting to see who gets it.
When coming up with their decisions to convict and to sentence Anthony to 35 years behind bars. So we'll be looking forward to learning more. But then again, the jury isn't
Hippie
compelled to
received
share
the
any
gift of membership
information.
from
They're
King of
not compelled to
Biltong.
talk to anyone. They're certainly not compelled to talk to us. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they want to provide clarity. But it will be up to them. There's a lot of protection around those jurors, around their identities, and around the process that takes place in the jury room.
Right.
My understanding is JD Miles is back with us. Andrea, stand by. Thank you very much. JD, any new info to share from your side of things?
Well, I heard you guys talking about the Metcalf family, and I was in the courtroom for all 5 days of this case. And I can tell you that the Metcalf family was told by the prosecution before the verdict came in. I was in the courtroom for that. They urged them, please don't show any kind of emotion whatsoever. And they were stoic. And that's probably what they were urged to do in this case. They know that any emotion may only provoke the other side. And so they definitely will have their chance to release those emotions with a victim impact statement. I saw Jeff Metcalf for the first time today carrying a spiral notebook. Knowing Jeff Metcalf, talking to him many times, I've got a feeling he's got a very lengthy victim impact statement that he is eager to read to Karmelo Anthony. He was in the courtroom for every day of this. Of course, Austin Metcalf's mother was in the courtroom. Interestingly, today in the courtroom for the verdict and this sentencing, Austin's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf, who was on the witness list. He didn't testify, but he's been out of the courtroom every day of this trial. Today was the first time he was in the same room with Karmelo Anthony since April 2nd, 2025, that day under the tent when the stabbing happened. You can only imagine the feelings that we're going through.
I mean, I know a lot of people, including myself, think 35 years is low. But I think what I think what happened was more than likely you had a bunch of people that probably were like, they had to agree on it, the jury, so they probably had to go back and forth, and they compromised. There was probably somebody on the jury who said, oh, no, it should be like 10 years or 15, and people that said 99, and so they compromised. If this had happened in LA or New York City, there'd be riots, but then again, he wouldn't be convicted. That's right. Karmelo is probably going to be passed around and protected by his hubby. I don't know. Does any prosecutors want it as little as 2? They wanted something, but we have to see. I mean, we have to keep an eye on what's going on. We have to keep an eye on what's going on and determine what the best thing to watch is going to be going forward. This story is very interesting. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll come back to it in a minute. If it warrants. He'll get paroled in 12. No, I think they have to do 50% at least. So if he got 35, I think he has to do at least 50%. Yeah, they like young guys in prison. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Karmelo gonna appeal and get a longer sentence. I don't think they can do that. Thus we stand. I don't think if they appeal it, even if they do, I guess if they do give a new trial completely, I guess they could technically get a longer sentence, but that's usually frowned upon. If to get a longer sentence after an appeal. This is memorial. My big pit, my nephew, abandoned at my house, is a huge baby. She never loses a yard. Yeah, but no half-term paroles in Texas. There aren't half-term paroles. Or is there half-term paroles? He has to have good behavior. I thought it was 50% in Texas. Maybe I'm wrong. But that would be, 17 and a half years. He won't get an appeal. I don't know. He might get an appeal. They're going to file an appeal. We'll have to see. But check this out. This is an appeal. You guys remember this case? The conviction of Joe Morrison, accused of providing aid to an informant swarm plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, has been overturned. So another conviction of the Fednapping hoax, the Whitmer Fednapping hoax, has been overturned. Michigan Court of Appeals on Tuesday vacated the conviction of Jackson County man alleged to have provided aid to the 2020 plot to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. Jury selection is going to be a weak spot. Lawyers already banging all-white jury lies. SCOTUS has overturned convictions on questionable jury selection. Yes, that they did. They just recently overturned, sent it back for retrial over that. But that case was a case where that was an all-white jury, and they knocked out like 7 or 8 black jurors. But Thomas and Alito were pissed about it. But it is what it is. He'll be under 40 and the other kid will still be dead. Yeah. The Fednapping hoax. Pretty clear-cut case for murder 1. Yeah. I do forget when she gets out. I brought one of those dog tags at Grave that has Save Me for sure. So he was convicted in 2022 of gang membership felonies, felony firearm, and providing material support for terrorist acts in relation to his role in supporting the plot of the Democratic governor that prosecutors says was led by Adam Fox and Barry Croft Jr. Morrison was sentenced to 4 to 20 years on gang and terrorism support convictions and 2 years on a felony firearm charge. Yeah, the Whitmer case was 100% bullshit. 100%. 8.75 years and eligible for parole on a 35-year sentence? That doesn't sound right. That's only 25% of the time. The potential jurors did it to themselves by not lying and saying they'd be unbiased. I think Karmelo didn't have a single black juror, if not mistaken. They did have Mexican jurors. They had Asian jurors. They had Indian jurors. I mean, what is this? You have to say, well, we have to have a black juror. I don't. Agreed, but like juries, you can't always trust the Court of Appeals chain. Yeah. His role being stuck in the car while they drove past a place and telling them he didn't want to be there. Yeah, this is crazy. 17 and a half years for the first parole hearing. I thought it was 50%. So 35, he's got to do 50% before he's eligible for parole. 3-judge appellate panel on Tuesday ruled that the kidnapping under the letter of the law is not considered a violent felony and therefore can't be presented to a jury to establish a terrorism-related charge. The panel, made up of judges Cameroon, Boonstra, and Swartzel, vacated his conviction and remanded the case back to Jackson County for a new trial. All 3 judges are appointees of former Republican Governor Rick Snyder. Yeah, put 3 or 4 blacks on the jury, there would be no conviction. His appeal will be racial because there's no black person on the jury. It's possible. Per Google, he can be paroled in 17 and a half years. Okay. We'll pull that up in 1 second. Depends on the offense. Aggravated offense is 50%. Bring back hard time. Not a bad idea. CF Rob says the black jurors that were under selection indicated they could not convict a black person. That's why they were tossed. Some of them were. But I think the other ones, there was like a couple that were educators. And that's why they kicked them for being educators. It had nothing to do with the race. So, given the trial court specifically instructed the jury to consider kidnapping as a violent felony and that the jury heard considerable testimony about the plot to kidnap, the likelihood that the defendant was actually convicted, at least in part, on an invalid basis tainted the jury's verdict. Had we responded to Iran's? Yeah, I played some of the videos. Yeah. He was referring to the guy in the Fednapping plot. Okay. Parents are counting their money. Yeah, that's what they're doing. So that was for America Dreamer, not America First. Okay. All right. So Michael Favarone, an appellate attorney, said he was happy with the decision. It's always a great day when a court delivers justice. In over 30 years of practicing law, I've never reviewed a trial more volatile of due process than this one. Attorney General Dana Nessel, whose office handled the case, said the decision released just 2 days after arguments in the case was completely and irredeemably nonsensical, outrageous, and irresponsible. The judge's decision diminishes and whitewashes the case. I mean, the case when the Whitmer is FBI, they started the case. Yeah. Steve Hilton's projected to run off. Well, I thought Steve Hilton was already going to be in the mayor's race we were talking about. Nessel's office plans to appeal to the Michigan Supreme Court. For the panel to declare the kidnapping is not a violent felony, strains all the legal credibility and insults the intelligence of every person in the state. The court twists itself in a knot using legal and linguistic gymnastics in order to liberate dangerous criminals using convoluted definitions. Whitmer's chief of staff says a culture of fear and violence in Michigan and the country. Wow. Those who organize political violence must face real consequences under the law. So then are they going to arrest the FBI agents who orchestrated all this? What is the reason for rejecting educators, potential backlash from their students? Because I think it's because it involves something that happened at a school. It involves school stuff. So they have like a legitimate reason. It wasn't, I think it was for cause because they were educators. They were able to do it because it has ties to schools. It says the appeals court ruling is just the latest setback. In September, a jury acquitted William Null of providing support for a terrorist act. They were the last of 14 men to face charges in state or federal courts, where 9 suspects originally were convicted or accepted plea deals. 5 men were acquitted. Yeah. Lindsey Graham is projected to win South Carolina. Iran is playing us along. Yeah, I agree. They're playing us along. During a Jackson County trial, prosecutors alleged that Morrison provided facilities, personnel, and advice to Fox, vetting members and doing other things. Morrison argued that there was insufficient evidence to prove the terrorism charge because terrorism required proof of a violent felony. Kidnapping did not satisfy the definition of a violent felony. Well, they didn't kidnap anybody. I mean, this is conspiracy for kidnapping. That's definitely not a violent felony. The black guy, the FBI did the bombs. Yeah. Morrison's conviction for gang membership and felony firearms relied on the underlying terrorism-related conviction, which those were vacated. So they did all this stuff, and they basically tied it with this and then other felonies. They just stacked stuff to go after these people. While Michigan's law related to kidnapping initially involved language referring to forcibly or secretly confining someone, the Tuesday order noted that it was amended to remove all references to force. Because the use, attempted use, or threatened use of physical force is not an element, kidnapping is not a violent felony. The appellate panel added that the jury instructions given during the trial appear to refer to kidnapping law as it was originally enacted, not as it appeared in the 2006 amendment. Well, yeah, because they didn't actually kidnap somebody. And they've been kept in prison since 2022. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. So, but this is good news that that they're finally going to do something to get, some of these people might get justice. Maybe. Oh, this is good. This is some good stuff here. So I love me some Wesley Hunt from Texas. This guy's great. So he's like, black pilot here, Jasmine. Slavey Crockett. I think you missed the point. Wesley Hunt graduated from West Point Army Flight School, age 64 Apache helicopter pilot. He deployed and flew 55 combat missions. Nobody handed me a cockpit because of my skin color. Nobody looked at me and said, let's check a diversity box. I don't want a different standard. I want the same standard. Merit isn't racist. Excellence isn't discriminatory. We got Slavey Crockett.
If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Does that sound like a hater or not?
That sounds like a racial stereotype.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I had a previous colleague that talked about seeing a black pilot and what that would mean to Charlie Kirk's comments. And it's funny, black pilot here, by the way. I actually went to flight school, West Point graduate, learned how to fly the Apache helicopter, went to flight school in 2005. You see, there was no DEI. We just simply competed with everyone else, and I was selected, fought in combat, went on to fly 55 combat air missions, and nobody gave a damn what I looked like because I got there on merit. What DEI does is it lowers standards based on race and based on gender.
If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like,
Yeah, if they looked like you with those nails, I'd be like, oh, I hope we're going to live. Yeah. Okay. We saw this, our first trailer. We saw that one already. Oh, here we go. We got Rep. Raskin asks Dr. Alveda King if she imposes the anti-weaponization fund. Let's see what Dr. Alveda King has to say.
King, do you agree that that should be shut down?
I will not speak on whether that particular fund should be
Or
shut
any
down.
such fund.
I think some of these slush funds that SPLC is using.
Okay, but my question is about the one proposed by Todd Blanche. It's a yes or no.
I will not answer on it.
Okay.
I think
Mr.
they
Banger,
need to stop
do you
killing
think-
the babies and cutting the penises off. And so any slush
Okay,
fund is.
I have limited. King, do you agree that that should be?
Yeah, stop killing the babies and stop cutting the penises off. That sounds like a good thing. King ate Raskin's lunch multiple times today. Yes, I love her. Yeah. Like, if you actually listen to Martin Luther King, what he said, his speeches and the way he talked and his positions, he would be opposed to all these Democrats today, just like he was opposed to them back in the 60s. That's why Democrats killed him. People forget that. Martin Luther King was killed by the Democrat Party, by Democrats. The KKK was founded by the Democrats. Yep, Alveda's great. Contact of the character. That's right. Central Command forces began launching self-defense strikes on Iran at 5 p.m. today. Commander-in-Chief's direction in response to yesterday's downing of an Apache. Then we got this. We got Russian nationalists paying their respects to Henry Novak and sending a message to United Patriotism. Let's see what this is.
We, Russian nationalists, would like to commemorate Henry Novak, who was viciously murdered this week by the hands of a sick immigrant who is the vile infiltrator of the English land. But that's not it. Under the false ignorance of a British police, a poor 18-year-old boy bled to death instead of receiving first aid. This boy is the representation of all white European Christian people, young men, fathers, sons, the families, their sisters, are all under the threat of a mass invasion by a foreign foe, an enemy who does not care, who does not respect our rights and does not respect our land. Remember Henry Novak. Let none more boys be murdered by the hands of invaders.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting. So, yeah, so the massive Shankill and Ardroin residents are out together tonight, something that doesn't happen in Belfast. This is like the Hatfield and McCoys coming together. This is crazy stuff happening. Then this, someone just showed me this. I don't know if you guys know who Chrissy Mayer is. Chrissy Mayer made a joke. She's a comedian. Says, people need to understand that Karmelo Anthony's family didn't have resources to retain a legitimate and strong defense team. Karmelo Anthony's family raised $612 via Give Send Go crowdfunding. They primarily intended to fund his legal defense. Yeah, but rate. I don't know. How should I rate this? Yeah, note not needed satire. That's what I'll do. No. Other. Submit. Satire. Yeah, so it's being stored. Family reporting makes $30,000 a month. This pic is being posted all over Facebook. They're using this quote on all the activist sites. So Chrissy Mayer's post is leading to like a whole bunch of crap. All right. Here's the South Carolina primaries. 8 minutes ago, CENTCOM announced they've completed the strikes in Iran. Well, is there anything left in Iran? Because they shouldn't have stopped. MLK did plagiarize the I Have a Dream speech. He stole it from Archibald Carey Jr., gave no credit. Typical. Wow. Ralph Norman is out. It looks like these people's winning. 29-29. Democrats, Jermaine Johnson wins the South Carolina primary. Wow. Interesting. I thought Nancy Mace was running. View all candidates. So Nancy Mace isn't even like 11%. Wow. Does it just the top two advance or something, or they advance to a runoff? Those two. Wow. Let's see. Senate results. Oh wait, today's races. Maine. Plattner is clubbing Mills 73-16. She's too early to. They're saying too early to call in Maine. Graham won 50, almost 60% of the vote. So Senate is going to be Almy versus Bankhead. Montana's not going to vote for a stupid Democrat. New Jersey Senate, I don't know, man. What's going to happen there? Who knows? So let's see here. Detroit News. Got this. This. Let's see here if I can find something else. Anything into. Here. This is good. Not good, but this is something we can take a look at. Cheers. You got to go take care of your children. Put them away till tomorrow. Well, thank you for being here, King of Biltong. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for everything. All your help. Plattner winning with 1% in. Yeah. It's too early to call. Bella wants a belly rub too. So cute. Yeah. So Carmela anti-supporter says Carmela should have killed Austin's brother too. And Carmela the Carmela group agrees with her. This is crazy.
They should have both been arrested. They should both should have been dead. The both brothers. Both of them should have been dead. You ask me?
Don't record me. I asked you.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't record me. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. Chud man. Chud man. Chud man. Chud man. Wow. Karmelo supporters spent hours harassing Austin Metcalf has finally been arrested. Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy was finally arrested. Okay.
Yeah, that guy did some softness. Who softened somebody?
What's up, NASCAR Mo? How's it going?
Yeah, that guy did some softness. Who softened somebody?
Oh, that's weird. Saw this. Wow, look at this. Protesters have begun setting fires to houses linked to immigrants in several places across the UK. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, what's up, Fletcher Boy? Thanks for being here. Mark Edwin Webb, how you doing? That's some crazy stuff. Oh. Let's see here. Okay. We got this. Karmelo Anthony found guilty. They actually had a camera in the courtroom.
Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict? Before this court, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
No.
I hereby sentence you to 150 years maximum prison sentence.
All right.
Wow, that's terrible. That's horrible. The delusional zone. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Oh, look at Gavin Newsom just claimed anyone committing voter fraud should be arrested. I didn't play any of these.
Anyone committing voter fraud should be arrested. Hey, newscrap, didn't you commit voter fraud? No, I would never do such a thing. They're ready. Meet them at Skid Row with ballots in hand tomorrow morning.
Awesome. I'll be there. Make sure you check for Nithya Raymond.
Got it, right here. Yep, checked.
Great. I'll collect them.
Anyone committing voter fraud in California should be arrested. So I'm turning myself in to the LAPD. I'm here at LAPD headquarters. Time to face the consequences. Anyone?
Yeah, well, that didn't happen. So check this. Despite making up only 13% of the population, black babies account for 40% of abortions. We call this 1340. Wow. The SPLC says that restricting and banning abortion is a tool the far right uses to maintain white supremacy. Wow.
Your organization said that restricting and banning abortion is a tool that the far right uses to maintain white supremacy. Do you believe that pro-lifers are white supremacists?
I believe that reproductive liberty is...
No, do you believe that pro-lifers are white supremacists?
I will tell you what I believe if you're asking.
Yes or no?
I can't answer that question, yes or no.
I don't think that pro-lifers are white supremacists. Do you?
What I think is that reproductive liberty is a right that every woman should enjoy.
How many babies in the United States that are aborted are black? About 40% of abortions nationwide are of black babies. Blacks represent about 13% of the population. Does that sound like something a white supremacist would oppose?
What I would say again is that SPLC supports reproductive liberty.
Calling somebody a white supremacist is a pretty serious charge, isn't it? I would think you would be able to defend that if your organization says that. You clearly seem unable to.
Mr. Gill, I'm not sure why you would think I'm able to do anything.
Because you're the president of the SPLC, which labels pro-lifers as racists.
Well,
does your organization just hurl around epithets like that without any justification?
Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They want all black people to think the same way. Then they say, don't lump us into one group. We're all individuals. Which way do you want it? Karmelo Anthony supporters are absolutely losing on each other. A black man walks up and told them to stop chimping out, and now they're eating each other alive.
That's not necessary. It is necessary. It's very necessary. The N-word very well. We use it niggas being niggas. All I'm saying like the fuck I said. It is time to just disperse
See how I got a freedom of speech? You can't control it.
And you so why are we fighting each other? I want Karmelo free, not locked up. So why am I sitting here fighting you? Why is another black man arguing with a black man? Why are you out here calling these niggas and degrading like they want us to? It's like some of us out here doing something not Let me tell you why. That's the best thing for you. Go some trolling motherfuckers out here. That's why.
Y'all, they laughing at y'all. The enemies who y'all need to be arguing with, they right there. They watching y'all, they recording y'all, they laughing at y'all. Looking at y'all laughing, fuck him. Look at him.
Exactly. Why y'all get consumed by me? You shouldn't be worried about me. You ain't gotta worry about me. Ignore me. Focus on justice. Don't worry about me, baby. Don't worry about me, baby. I ain't gonna shut up for shit, little ass girl. You got to talking to me now.
I slapped that motherfucking phone at your motherfucking face. Fuck you.
I do it. Y'all ain't running a mother.
Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? That's just some nuts going on over there. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Wow, I think Bella needs to go out or something. It seems like maybe might have to take her out. Let me do this. All right. Now we got this. This is some results. This was on Court TV. Court TV wigged out. The panelists are devastated over the guilty verdict. They're just devastated over it.
But besides wow, which a lot of us are feeling, thoughts?
I was not expecting the top charge. I really was thinking that they would see manslaughter, still guilty, but manslaughter, different sentencing, but guilty of murder. So, you know, that's heavy.
Wow.
And I hope everyone just does not seem like everyone's going to be calm. It seems like we're going to have a problem there.
Wow.
This is dumb.
You can see the.
This is dumb.
But besides wow.
Wow, it's crazy, isn't it? Just dumb. Wow. Just dumb. Wow. Just dumb. Wow. Yep. Uh-huh. Let me go here. Up here. See this one. Uh-huh. This is in England, I believe, in Glasgow right now. Start to resist or cease to exist. Some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff. Southampton right now, protests begun after the attack in Belfast.
That's what I look fags in the car.
Yeah, good.
Done That's what I look fags in the car.
Which was crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff going on. Let's see. Is there anything new happening?
Calm outside, even though people are passionate on both sides and have a lot to say and let their passion show in when they're speaking through this evening. But there's been no violence, and it's worth noting. And multiple police agencies have been on scene here throughout the entire trial, and especially today. JD Miles, understand you've got somebody there to talk to. Go right ahead.
Ireland.
Yeah. Doug, I'm with Angela Lucky. She's the president of the Grand Prairie NAACP chapter. Angela, you're out here obviously because of this case. Let's first of all start off by asking you your reaction to this sentence and verdict.
Well, first of all, I want to say it's a tragic for both families. One family lost a son, will never see their son again. And then you have the other family. Their son had just been given 35 years. The sad part about it, I think the school district and the athletic department of that school district, they owe some blame as well. I just hope that they put a policy together that govern athletes, regardless what sport it is, because we know that when you go to these sports activities, a lot of the athletes do not sit with their teams. And so I'm just hoping that that school district put a policy in place to make sure that there is an adult there. There is a person that's there that will be supervising these athletes when they go on trips and so forth. It's.
Let me ask you real quick. Why has
All right. So I want to wrap some of the stuff up before we end these stories that were in the title. So Trump renews his calls to fire the Senate parliamentarian, linking her to the gridlock surrounding the SAVE Act. Son got 35. Austin got his life ended. Yeah. Damn world's going crazy. It is. Yeah, his poor twin brother can't imagine how to be. How is a twin, man? They say a twin's like, it's crazy, man, to deal with that. Yeah. How about you raise your kids right? That's a good idea. President Trump renewed his pressure on the Senate to oust the parliamentarian who was appointed by Harry Reid under the Obama administration. The Byrd rule is named for the now deceased former KKK leader who was a Senate champion, Robert C. Byrd. He led Ku Klux Klan chapters in the 40s and 50s. When McDonough enforced the Byrd rule, which stripped out non-budgetary policy from fast-track bills, it triggered a massive domino effect. That's right. And they want her fired. So Trump wants that she should immediately fire the parliamentarian who treats Republicans and everything they stand for horribly. She was put there by Harry Reid and Barack Hussein Obama. Need I say more? Oh, it says we got a rant. Got a rant. Well, ads came back. Oh, no. Did they? What the fuck is going on, YouTube? Why are you doing that? Anne Marie coming in hot. Anne Marie coming in hot with the 50.
Tactical assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communism is the very definition of failure.
For a bit, I got to put my car back in the shop. Oh, okay. Thanks, Anne Marie. Well, with that, folks, that means we are now just 95 away from adding a second additional hour to the show. Thank you so much, Anne Marie, with a 50 over there on the Rumbles. Thank you. Thank you, Anne Marie. Yes, thank you. So we'll come over here to the YouTubes, and I'll restart the goal for another hour. Okay, so we restarted the goal on YouTube, so we got another hour show to go. Plattner called by the AP, so done with people in this country. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, 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 crazy. It is. It's just nuts. It's nuts. Let's see what else is going on here. All right. So, where are we at here? Damn it. Thank you. Don't sound too excited. I'm excited. I was just getting ready to take Bella out. That's all. I mean, 10? What's that? What do you mean 10? Obviously, and cheated too. I'm excited. Boom, boom. So Trump says that McDonough is a known radical left lunatic who caters to the Democrats, has no respect for Republicans. As an example, she ruled against us using a proposal that would have been the right, and Thune has the right to change her immediately, and he just won't do it. We need to act. We need to get the Save America Act passed. The Senate Parliamentarian is supposed to serve as a nonpartisan advisor on rules and procedures. McDonough was appointed by Harry Reid during the Obama administration. Yes, Anne Marie saves the day. She does. 10 years kicked him out after he abused and cheated. Oh, well, I mean, you don't ever put up with people being cheated on or abused and stuff like that. Don't ever put up with it. Don't deal with it. Don't take it. Just, don't take it. Don't take it. Then we have this story, which is crazy. We have the Treasury Department's guidance on green credits were struck down by a judge. Another tyrannical lower court inferior judge has decided that they're in charge because they did this right before the big beautiful bill thing takes effect, which removed the credits anyway. So the judge struck down the Trump administration policy implemented last year that made it harder for wind and solar products to claim federal subsidies. Judge Colleen Collar-Cotelli of District Court for Columbia said the Treasury Department failed to give an adequate reason for eliminating the long-standing definition for what it means for a project to be considered. In August 2025, the Treasury released the guidance. All right. The guidance follows Trump's executive order directing the department to enforce the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which he signs into law on July 4th and effectively ends renewed energy credits. So the order to end the federal subsidies for wind and solar cited concerns over reliability. So this judge is ordering them to do something that was part of a law that was signed in, that was voted on by Congress and signed in by the president. It doesn't really seem to me like this judge has the power to overrule Congress and the president. Okay, the lawsuit challenging the IRS was filed last year by the plaintiffs. The suit alleged the rule change would make electricity more expensive. What? The decision puts an important check on the administration's actions, really, Epoch Times, which are driving up energy prices. We'll continue to fight for the free market. This woman, who's 83, has blocked and struck down several actions by the Trump administration. In 2017, during his first term, she blocked a ban on transgender individuals serving in the military, which was overruled by the Supreme Court. Last year, she blocked a directive that would have required people to provide proof of citizenship to vote. The case concerning this executive order, which was signed March 25th with the goal of preventing illegal immigrants from voting. In January, she struck down key parts of an order to tighten citizenship verification for voter registration. In April, she blocked the Trump administration's effort to halt federal approvals. The injunction blocked. The judge said plaintiffs were likely to succeed on the merit of their claims. Her ruling applies to members of the plaintiffs' organization, which include Renew and Alliance for Clean Energy New York. So this is going to be appealed, and I have a feeling it's going to be bad. So we already did most of this. Twitchy says guilty Karmelo Anthony convicted of murdering Austin Metcalf. Justice for Karmelo Anthony.
When a man walked up, what did you do? You crossed your arms. But you aren't going to approach a woman like that. You're not going to approach a woman like that. Hold up! Hold up! Hold up! Because you only got a woman thing. But when a man walked up, what did you do?
That's the crazy part.
Now, this is why you move him from over here. He came over here. That's what they want to do.
Wow, looks like somebody chimping out. Yeah. Put him away for life. Well, 35 years is what he's getting. Oh, we saw this already, so not that. All right. And then we got some more stuff from Ireland. They're hijacking cars and burning them. Well, thank you, Lisa Faltersack. You enjoy my streams. Well, thank you. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. Thank you. Karmelo Anthony supporters lost their shit here in the courthouse parking lot after jury sentenced him to 35 years. They're blaming Austin Metcalf's parents for Karmelo murdering their son. These people are disgusting.
You got 35? 35 years! If he was white, we wouldn't even be here today. It would have never came to court. It would have never been no handcuffs. We wouldn't be here today. But because somebody didn't know how to go get him a dog like we all are taught, somebody's life was on the ground and somebody's in jail for something that should have been self-defense. Self-defense. They said we're supposed to know how to act around white people. What the fuck is that? What for? What is that? What is self-defense? Is self-defense not somebody touching you that you don't want touching you and you defending yourself? What is self-defense? Murder? Murder? Hold on. The same guy that saved the life? The same guy that saved the life? You should have taught your son to go get a motherfucking adult like we know how to do. But that was in his motherfucking face. You don't get the put murder on somebody's child because that could have been your motherfucking son. That could have been anybody's motherfucking son. 35 motherfucking years. Mother's a motherfucking mother. You should have said don't get that man no motherfucking mess. They said 5 to 99 to life. You should have said 5. But you know that shit wasn't trying to go down like that. 35 years.
Hey, it was a crying to go down.
In the same fucking school. I had the same problem. I had to fight every fucking day. Every day. And my friends, I couldn't deal with none of my problems at school. Outside of school. Dead ass. So I know how he feel. That shit is that's some fuck shit. That's some fuck shit.
One of my friends came out and said that Karmelo is not taking nothing good. He steady crying. He said they won't even let the parents console him. They won't even let the parents console him.
Oh, they don't let the parents console him. He's in jail now.
They will not let him console him. He keep crying and trying to calm down. If that boy ends up doing something to himself, that's y'all blood. That's his blood on y'all hands.
Oh, bullying.
They think this shit a game. They said that the judge, this is his last case. He wanted this case personal.
But the judge wasn't even supposed to be on the case. It was a black lady. Why? Because you in the fucking picture with the fucking people coming out. Who that is?
That's the lady that was in there.
Yeah. That's the lady that was in there. Yeah. BLM protests heating up. Attacking white people.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion here.
Just what Karmelo was doing. I'm glad you just said that. That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking self.
Wow. That's crazy, isn't it? Oh no, it would be so upsetting if he did something to himself. Yeah, it would be. It would be terrible. You have a migraine and this screeching and the retard news is overloading. I'm sorry. Girls got daggers in them hands. That's right. Islam thinks it's going to take over these people. A lot of these people will just immediately turn to Islam. They do it. They'll be like, oh, hello, Farrakhan. Hello, Farrakhan. Because they like the Khan. Shaka Khan. Okay. Oh, here's, you want to see this? The Karmelo Anthony trial has problems, but are any of them actually reversible error? No. After 24 hours after footage of an African man trying to saw the head off his Scottish victim in Belfast, Irish politicians and journalists openly discuss how much videos can be suppressed in the future. Yeah, they need to suppress the videos of the people so the people don't know what's going on. That's what they're talking about.
I mean, I welcome them
Minister saying that politicians need to be careful, because all I hear from the government benches is dog whistles constantly, where they scapegoat migrants for their own failures, and they're doing it more and more and more, and it is clear pathway that this government has chosen to go down. And I, that for me, I think, tonight, what those things we're seeing, we have to ask ourselves as a society how this is happening, and we have to ask all of us on an
How is it happening? Because you let them in the fucking country. You let them in the fucking country, and they're doing this. So fuck you.
Contributing to this or fixing it.
Yeah, I think the argument has been coming from government for some time now that, technological advancements are happening so quickly that they are now playing catch up policy wise. But, as was pointed out, it's a year to the day or to the week since Ballymena. I mean, these issues have been going on for a long enough time that it sort of beggars belief that a video of that nature was allowed to be circulated.
So they're bad that the video was able to get circulated of the murder, because you don't want that.
Hours and hours on end this morning without any consequences or with any of those companies.
Consequences. Oh yeah, go after the people that are telling people what's going on, so they can keep it a secret. Don't let them. Yeah, so they can lie and say it was a stabbing or it was.
Okay, just very briefly, dog whistling from the government benches.
I mean, this is so ridiculous, man. Police in Northern Ireland are using armored Land Rovers to clear the streets.
Let's just watch.
Oh, thank you, Spuds. I appreciate you too. Yep, they don't want the truth. Hey, Snowy, what's up?
Yeah, Graham, talk us through these pictures.
Yeah, they're very well used to using their armoured Land Rovers. They tend to either spread themselves across the street and drive up the street, or they'll literally filter into like a single file, as we saw in the images there, and work their way through the barricades. The metal crash barriers are no resistance really to an armoured Land Rover, and you can see one literally just drives into one there. But they will literally follow in line until they get to the end of the street, and then they'll form up again. But they are exceptionally experienced in using their vehicles almost like a moving cordon. We saw images earlier on where they line the vehicles up across the road, drove them towards a crowd of people, with the police officers actually behind the vehicles. So using their armoured Land Rovers as almost like a barrier or a shield against the protesters ahead of them. So,
yeah, it's crazy. That's just like normal. They want to keep it all secret. They want to do everything bad. They want to do all this stuff, do crazy. This can't be happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Let's see what's else. This was illegal lynching. This is a slaughterhouse. Representatives for Karmelo Anthony claims he got 35 years. These are the representatives of the families talking now. All right.
Let her talk.
This was a legal lynching that happened in here today.
We can't hear you. All right.
I said, as a former prosecutor, this was a legal lynching that happened in this slaughterhouse. This is a slaughterhouse. This is not a courthouse. This courthouse is designed when you would come here and you look like us, to slaughter you. That judge intentionally.
Let her talk.
This was a
Wow. Slaughterhouse. Burning car crashes into apartment building in Belfast. Anthony Kumi says, hey, maybe, just maybe, watching some savage try to saw off one of your country's head is a breaking point, but who knows?
Oh, shit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow. That's some good stuff going on over there. Oh wait, breaking news. We got somebody talking about the stabbing. Let's see. Is this Jasmine Crockett?
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for it. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more. What do you want us to do?
What do you want us to do? Huh. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Cecil? What's going on? Homeless woman living on Skid Row says someone came and had her fill out ballots for Karen Bass. They told her who to vote for, paid her $2 for a vote. They come here, they get votes for Democrats. They told you to vote Karen. Yeah, sign a little thing. $2 to sign a little thing for her. Oh.
Did you vote?
Yeah,
Oh, you did for Karen Bass?
yeah. Karen Bassett. Right.
Or
That's what I saying, Bassett?
Karen Bass, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Nithya Raman?
Karen.
Karen? They told you to vote for Karen?
Yeah, they had to sign a little thing.
And how much they pay you?
It was like $2.
$2? You had to sign off on a thing to vote for her?
Yeah.
And so they do this for everybody out here?
Yeah, they come out here all the time.
We should get everybody to vote out here, huh?
Remember,
Wow,
this
crazy.
exact type of voter fraud is exactly what James O'Keefe has been exposing. You know, there are groups, NGOs that are paying people for votes. They're paying homeless people $2, $5. There's an entire network of these people that are ballot harvesting, which, by the way, California Democrats made illegal. They actually expanded and made it legal for third parties to go out and ballot harvest. I mean, just look at this. You can actually see them registering people to vote.
The homeless to forge names, forge addresses, and forge signatures of registered voters.
So do you want to sign? Okay. The first one.
I'm Joseph Albright. Okay.
First name.
No, it's crazy. Do you want people like that voting? No. Hey, Lurch Linger, thanks for being here, buddy. Thanks for being here. Lurch Linger with 5 on the Cash App. Thank you so much, Lurch Linger, for the 5 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Lurch Linger, for the 5 on Cash App. With that, that means, folks, we are now just 90 away from adding a second additional hour to the show. Thank you to everyone who's donated so generously tonight. Yeah. Cheap votes. That's right, cheap votes. What else we got going on? Yeah. Got this. Look at this. Tuesday takedown. Steal Snap, get busted. 8 fraudsters thought they could steal food assistance and money and get away with it from $1,520 all the way up to $7 million. You got paid $2,000 to vote for Karen Bass? They couldn't pay me. No, I don't want people like that voting. I really don't. I don't want the DSA voting for them either. That's right. Justice is served. Look at this. Snap down. Takedown. Tanisha Bowman, $35,000. Crystal Garcia, $126,000. Cody Simmons, $126,000. Antonio Boher, $7 million. Wow. Omar Gallegos, $44,000. Sonia Rajpol, $28,000. Kanyasi Lasisia, $1,520. Ashley Trevino, $2,500 plus. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. She's upset she only got $2,500. She's very upset. And why are Christian preachers arrested in the UK, but Islamic ones can do as they please? Why the double standard? Well, because you live in a 2-tiered justice system.
Continue, and I just need to finish the message and let people hear about the last part, about repentance from sin, and then I can... Right, okay. So we must... What have you been hearing?
Oh, hey, Greg. What's up? Great to see you. Thanks for stopping in tonight, Greg.
Or slurs at all. I've been preaching about repentance from sin.
I've been preaching about repentance from sin on camera. I've been preaching the gospel of God through the Bible, and I've not even mentioned homophobic or anything like that. We don't need to listen. They showed to be here. They said that we're allowed to be here. We're allowed to practice by law. It's our right. It's freedom of speech. They haven't said anything homophobic.
Wow. So, yeah, you can't be a Christian in the UK anymore. They arrest Christians, but the Muslims could just lay down in the middle of the street. Is Greg your government issued troll? Yes, I think so. I think he's my Americans with Disability Act retard that I was assigned. Ricada warned me about that eventually I would get assigned my own retard, and it's Greg. Thanks, Greg. The copper has extremely big feet. Yep. See you again in 30 minutes, Greg. Greg didn't stand a chance, and that wasn't too bad. Well, you know, If I did, I need Greg to know that I'm paying attention to him and that I acknowledge him. You know, he likes it. He's what they call a sub. He likes it when I put him in a cage for 30 minutes. He enjoys it. Oh, we got this. Look at Alveda King calls out Slavey Crockett.
Very briefly, Congresswoman, I am a bit emotional. I'm going to watch what I say. But it seems as though you have suggested that I am a bastard to the King family legacy. I am legitimately the daughter of Reverend Alfred Daniel Williams King and Dr. Naomi Ruth Barber King. We are a family who loves God, and I love you. God bless you. Very briefly.
Ooh. Wow. Starmer's World. See, it's right here. What to do if you begin to be beheaded. Step 1, don't be racist. Step 2, don't be Islamophobic. Step 3, patiently wait for the police to come and arrest you. Step 4, do not react in anger. Use the incident to bring us all together. Yes. It's the Ministry of Community Cohesion. Stay calm and carry on. Report hate incidents. This is what they're telling people. No, don't be racist. Don't be racist. Yeah. Check it out. Blair White says they are literally protesting for the right to murder white people. There's no other interpretation.
Karmelo! Say his name! Karmelo! Say his name! Karmelo! When do we want justice? When do we want it? Now! Karmelo! Say his name!
Yeah, Greg is a masochist. He enjoys it. Greg was hoping to pick up his rainbow dong and soy milk gift basket. I told him we were making for Canadians with TDS. Oh, man. I didn't let him. Oh, sorry, Cindy. I hope I didn't offend anybody. I would never call anybody who legitimately suffers from any type of disability. I would never make fun of anybody like that. But, you know, like I would never call a gay person the F word, you know, that fag word. I wouldn't say that to a gay person because that's not, you wouldn't do that. Yesterday in New York City, a 41-year-old guy asks a teen on a bus to lower his phone. The teen kills him. Yeah, so someone, hey, can you please turn your phone down? No, we'll kill you.
It started with an argument about someone yelling too loudly on his phone, and it ended in gunfire and a 41-year-old man dead, and it happened on an MTA bus. Surveillance video shows passengers running off that bus moments after gunshots rang out, including at least one rider with a baby stroller. According to police, the victim told the suspect to keep it down. An argument ensued, and then the gunman shot the victim in his abdomen on a BX36 bus. It happened yesterday around 2:30 in the afternoon at White Plains Road and East Tremont Avenue. The suspect then fled on foot southbound on White Plains Road. He's described as a young man, possibly a teenager, wearing a white shirt at the time. The victim, identified by police as Jonathan Pettigrew, was rushed to Jacobi Hospital, where he later died. It started with an argument about someone yelling too loudly on his phone, and it ended in gunfire.
Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? That's just crazy. And just remember, in the past 24 hours, a Sudanese guy attempted to behead someone on the streets of Belfast, a mass stabbing at a school in Manchester. Court hears that 4 Afghan migrants raped a 17-year-old girl in Bristol. Wow. Enough is enough. And never forget, all right? Never forget, when Daryl Brooks Jr., grounds, remember grounds? That word shouldn't be banned. Yeah, I know. If this was the 80s, the news would be blaming video games for his behavior. Not the disability, the retard part. Okay. We should make retard great again. Hey, Finch, you're no problem. Thanks for being here. Next. Yeah. Greg is Jim's ADA assignee. Yes. Yes, BLM is a modern KKK. This might be in Sandy Cortez's district, but just remember this. Yeah, it could be. This guy killed 6 people, injuring 62 others. All the victims were white, and most of them were grandmothers and young children. The media tried to blame the SUV. Remember this? The red SUV ran through the crowd. Yeah. Here's what we know so far on the sequence of events that led to the tragedy caused by a SUV. Waukesha will hold a moment of silence marking since a car drove through a Christmas parade, killing 6 people. Yeah, so it's never, motive unknown, hate crime. See how that works? Here's what we know so far about the sequence of events that led to the cause by the SUV. So look at, there's the SUV they're dehumanizing the criminals. Wow, Belfast is burning. Look at this. Well, I don't like the music. It almost sounds like Florence and the Machine. Look at this. Mohammed Saga of Passaic, New Jersey. New Jersey man planned an ISIS attack on a synagogue. It's crazy, right? New Jersey man, 22. Wow. Is he a New Jersey man or is he somebody just living in there? He aided a foreign terrorist group carrying out an ISIS attack on a synagogue, 20 years in prison. He lives in Wayne, discussed attacks with targets in the U.S., including places of worship, with an undercover agent he believed was part of the terror group. He also shared photos and videos of his targets. New Jersey man was contemplating carrying out an attack of his own. He seeks to advance the objectives of a foreign terrorist group. Swift coordination from law enforcement, they were able to take him down. Oh, look at that. ISIS. They allege he purchased a virtual private network, a communications encryption tool, whom he believed was from someone who he believed was part of ISIS. In the complaint, the agent wrote, based on my training and experience, Mr. Sagha has been communicating with an actual ISIS member and not a source. He would have been provided the terrorist organization with tools capable of enhancing operational security and operate without identification. So they got, is there any good news today? Carmelo Anthony was found guilty and sentenced to 35 years. Isn't that good? Somewhat. I mean, there's also this. U.S. forces fire on a tanker trying to evade the blockade. Is that good? People 1 of 10 stars, do not recommend. U.S. military fired on a tanker in the Gulf of Oman. F-18 Super Hornet fired on the MT, the motor. I thought it was an MT, not MV. Motor tanker, maybe. Marvex engineering and steering areas. It's no longer sailing to Iran after it was disabled. U.S. military prevents any ships from entering or exiting Iranian ports. Last week, a fighter plane fired a Hellfire missile. What? Oh, wait, no, Hellfires don't. Wait a minute. Fighters don't fire Hellfires. Those are fired from helicopters or from drones. Fighters use like other missiles. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. So, President on Monday told reporters he's negotiating on an agreement. A reminder, Maine just selected an actual Nazi to run for the Senate. Yes, they did. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. It's crazy on you. Crazy on you. Jiki's mom says, I got good news. I got a free subscription on Rumble. Thanks again. Well, thank you for being here. You can't be Christian in Canada either anymore. It's nuts. Look and see something else here. Oh, wait. We got this. Bringing out a relative of MLK was a genius move by the GOP. You knew the demon rats were going to respond with the big cannons. Yeah. You're right about the Hellfire, sort of. U.S. Navy is currently integrating Hellfires into the F-35. I don't know if they've done so. Oh, I didn't think an F-18 would sprinkle in something cheerful. I need to know there's hope. I'll try if I can find something cheerful. Crockett berates white men for parading Alveda King. Oh. Slavey Crockett.
White men are lecturing people of color because the vast majority, actually, any semblance of diversity comes from this side of the aisle. You want to tell people of color who is fighting for who? People of color do not feel comfortable or welcomed within your party. That's why you have to parade someone who has the name Dr. King attached to them so that people can be confused, because I have been reading the comments online and people are like, who is this Dr. King? Because you want them to believe that somehow she espouses who Dr. King was. White men.
I mean, this is just sickening that she would say some shit like that. You know, Sharia law in America. Fort Wayne police boot American citizens from a public park for recording. A man in Fort Wayne, Indiana, is furious after being trespassed from a public park simply for filming. Fort Wayne PD acting as the feelings police for the local Islamic community, enforcing Sharia sensitivities over the First Amendment. Yes, please like, share, subscribe, check it out. I thought we were rid of her. She's got a little while left to go. She is racist. Yes, she is. American citizens were removed for recording in a park. It's outrageous. Wake up, Indiana.
I'm sorry?
They want you to leave their event.
Am I getting trespassed?
Yes.
Can I have that in writing, please?
No, we don't have to provide it.
I would like that in writing.
We don't have to provide
If you're going to trespass me under law, by law, I would like that in writing.
By law, no, we do not have to provide that in writing.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you absolutely sure? I would like it in writing.
I'm not giving it to you.
I would like a supervisor, sir.
The supervisor is not going to come.
I would like a supervisor.
The supervisor is not going to
The
come.
supervisor will come, or I'll walk over to the Calhoun and I'll talk to the supervisor, one of the two. But I will stand right here then. Am I being ordered out by threat of arrest?
Yes.
Under threat of arrest if I don't leave, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Have a good day.
I thank you. The city's not going to thank you, but I thank you. I'll wait for a supervisor. You're refusing to call a supervisor? Okay.
Welcome.
Violating your own policy.
Right here.
It is part of department policy. Yes, ma'am. Yes. You're screwing up, young lady. You're screwing up. All right, guys. I just got trespassed off this public park because I refused to stop putting down my camera. They're violating my First Amendment right, all because of Arab Fest. They didn't feel comfortable with a Christian coming to Arab Fest.
I guarantee you're telling Christians.
Nope, that's it. I have it all on video, and guess what? The whole world's going to see it. And then I'm going to sue the city. You have qualified immunity. The city doesn't. They have a permit. They're not renting the property. There's a difference. You're violating the First Amendment. I'm letting you know now you're in violation of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, as well as the Indiana State Constitution. I will fight to get your qualified immunity removed. I guarantee, if nothing else, you will get a couple warnings in your file for sure for violation of policy. What's that? Why would I do that? Huh? No, you don't understand how that works. First you have to give me a trespass warning.
Yeah, I told you that earlier.
And I stepped out.
So you came back.
No, I did not come back. I'm right here.
Came back in. That's when we told you.
You didn't trespass me until right there.
Yes, but we told you that up there.
No, you did not. You said if somebody feels.
Yeah, this is crazy. That's just crazy. Look at this. Like Mondami's propaganda office is costing the taxpayers $53 million. This is what communists do. They hire their little gang of people to go out and do stuff for them, and the taxpayers are paying for it all. This is a story. Look at this. A small town police chief who made arrests over multiple community journalists' Facebook posts about water quality is going to resign. The Trinidad police chief, Charles Gregory, resigned effective June 19th, which he should have been fired immediately. The Henderson County resident was charged with felony false alarm after posting on Facebook the city's water had sent several people to the hospital. Gregory alleged that Combs' post creates fear, panic, and unnecessary emergency response within a community. Two former water clerks filed a lawsuit stating they were fired without cause. Reyes says in the lawsuit she was fired because she refused to lie on behalf of Gregory and city administrator. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality says it's received complaints about the water quality and had an investigation into the water is ongoing.
Of dark, dirty water sent to Fox 4 by some Trinidad residents. Texas Commission on Environmental Quality is investigating, while the city, residents, and even some potential private investors search for solutions.
I hope with all of my heart that it's something that's great for Trinidad to get clean, good water for the residents.
Combs' case was dismissed. So is a case against Winston Knowles, charged with disorderly conduct while protesting Combs' arrest outside City Hall. Their arrests sparking freedom of speech concerns from across the country.
But the lack of accountability is what stands out to me, and this idea that we're just going to keep doing whatever we want until, I guess, we're told we can't.
Attorney C.J. Grisham represents Combs and a group of plaintiffs filing lawsuits against City of Trinidad and city officials, alleging First Amendment violations and even retaliation. The police chief, a defendant, being sued.
My biggest concern now is, are they going to promote one of these bad officers to take the chief's place? And that's not going to fix the problem.
Fox 4 went inside Trinidad Police Department in an effort to speak with Chief Gregory Monday, but the chief choosing to not interview with us, citing those pending lawsuits. Chief Gregory has turned down multiple interview requests with Fox 4 since last month.
I'm the type of person that if I did wrong to someone, I stand up and say I did wrong to them, and I apologize.
Chief Gregory's final day will be Friday, June 19th.
It leaves his officers that depend on him for leadership in a bad situation to clean up the mess that they're all now in. And I don't really think that that's fair or valuable in leadership.
Do you think the problem is deeper than the police chief?
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely do.
But the issue at hand that started all this was not you being arrested. The issue was the water.
It was the water, and it's still not fixed.
Still not fixed. The water's still not fixed. She wrote a Facebook post about water, and they arrested her. Can you believe that? They arrested somebody over a Facebook post about dirty water. Why wait a week? Leave now. Something like I don't know why. I don't know why this isn't like bigger news and why people aren't like. You can't arrest somebody for writing on Facebook that they got shitty water. If they got shitty water, like this is ridiculous. Did you expect anything else? I'm in California. This makes my blood boil. Yeah, me too. Me too. Look at over 18,000 people donated to a black kid who brutally murdered a white kid over a seat. Let that sink in. Yeah. More money's been pouring into. I've seen tons of money been pouring into it since the guilty verdict. According to the UK government, you're considered a terrorist if you believe that Western culture is under threat from mass migration. It's really on their website. Look at it. It says right here. Extreme right-wing terrorist ideology. Western culture is under threat from mass migration and a lack of integration by certain ethnic groups. So if you're worried about lack of integration, you're considered a fucking terrorist in the UK. You people in the UK need to basically nicely talk to your government and replace them with people that aren't retards. Stunning moment. Jim Jordan confirms that the Biden DOJ dropped the case against the Southern Poverty Law Center despite them funding the KKK and neo-Nazis in Charlottesville. It's crazy.
This scam that they were running,
They knew the SPLC was doing this, but they didn't pursue the case. They dropped the case. Because when you meet with them, when you consult with them, when you have them train your prosecutors, you're not going to prosecute them. Nope, you're not going to do it because it's too valuable politically. And here's the scary part. And I'm sure we'll have questions for Mr. Fair later on about this. Here's the scary part. It all worked. Field Source 37, the guy at the Charlottesville rally, helped plan that rally, coordinate transportation there, was paid to attend. After the event, again, after the event where a lady was killed,
it's true. Totally
Southern
true.
Poverty Law Center almost tripled their income. 51 million to 133 million after they were coordinating the hate that took place at that crazy rally. You run a scam, you become the standard, you don't get prosecuted, and you make a ton of money. They got 800 million assets, 700 million in an endowment. Such a deal. And they would have gotten away with it, but for the oversight of Congress, more importantly, the work of the Justice Department. So God bless the Attorney General and the work him and his team are doing. And we look forward to hearing from our witnesses today and asking them questions. With
Yeah. And Brandon Gill, we saw this, I think, about the guy asking about, did we see this already? I don't know.
Shifting gears a little bit, your organization said that restricting and banning abortion is a tool of the far right uses to maintain white supremacy. Do you believe that pro-lifers are white supremacists?
I believe that reproductive liberty is.
No, do you believe that pro-lifers are white supremacists?
I will tell you what I believe if you're asking.
Yes or no?
I can't answer that question, yes or no.
I don't think that pro-lifers are white supremacists. Do you?
What I think is that reproductive liberty is a right that every woman should enjoy.
How many babies in the United States that are aborted are black? About 40% of abortions nationwide are of black babies. Blacks represent about 13% of the population. Does that sound like something a white supremacist would oppose?
What I would say again is that SPLC supports reproductive liberty.
Calling somebody a white supremacist is a pretty serious charge, isn't it? I would think you would be able to defend that if your organization says that. You clearly seem unable to.
Mr. Gill, I'm not sure why you would think I'm unable to do anything.
Because you're the president of the SPLC, which labels pro-lifers as racists.
Well,
does your organization just hurl around epithets like that without any justification?
Mr. Gill, what we do is
I'm giving you the opportunity to.
You're not giving me the
Mr. Chairman, what's he referring to? And can he let the witness answer the question? This is outrageous.
No, it's not. The time
Allow him to
belongs-
speak.
I know you don't like
What
my
are you
question.
referring to?
Time
I know you
belongs-
don't like my question.
What are you referring to?
Time
Mr. Gill?
belongs to the gentleman from Texas.
here.
It's now expired, but he will be able to ask his last question and we'll give the witness a chance to respond.
All right, I'll give my last question to Dr. King. Dr. King, are pro-lifers white supremacists?
Pro-lifers cannot be white supremacists. Pro-lifers believe in life from the womb to the tomb and beyond. Pro-lifers fight for every baby in the womb, regardless of skin color. We have been aborted as Blacks in America disproportionately. And so the white supremacists are Planned Parenthood, who admitted that they do have racist underpinning with an agenda to reduce the Black population by abortion.
That's right. Thank you, Dr. King.
Thank you.
Wow. Got this story. DHS approves a plan to verify voter citizenship and monitor mail-in ballots as Trump push intensifies. The House can only investigate. They can't charge anyone. Yes, that's true. They can only investigate. They cannot charge. They cannot charge. Well, cannot charge anyone. Sad that they can't charge anyone, but what are they supposed to do? What are we supposed to do here? Department of Homeland Security has approved a plan to help states verify that registered voters are U.S. citizens, while also monitoring mail ballot flows for potential signs of fraud. advancing a central pillar of President Trump's election integrity agenda. This is some good news. Well, I thought I would save this good news. That's what I'm saying. I got some good news for everybody here. The department approved the plan on last Thursday, with the initiative expected to launch at the end of June. Under the proposal, states would be permitted to submit their entire voter registration rolls to a federal immigration database to verify citizenship and voter eligibility. Can't they recommend charges to the DOJ? Yes, they can recommend charges, but the DOJ's got to do what the DOJ's going to do. I don't know. I mean, let's be clear. The DOJ's been infected forever with leftists, and they always try to like stall things, delay things, make things that, oh, the statute of limitations expired. We would have charged this, but oh, damn it, it expired yesterday. The DHS plans to coordinate with the Postal Service to monitor mail-in ballots and absentee ballot flows, identify unusual patterns, detect fraud, and generate investigative leads. So DHS contemplates working with the Postal Service to monitor ballots and absentee flows and identify anomalies. It also states the United States Postal Service is prohibited from delivering mail-in ballots to anyone who is not officially enrolled on the state-provided mail-in and absentee ballot participation list. According to the court filing, states would be allowed to submit their full registration list to a federal database known as the Systemic Alien Verification Entitlements Program. The system would compare voter records with immigration records and citizenship data. In addition, the plan includes a secure online system that would let state officials directly check citizenship information held by federal agencies. To maintain data security, the information would stay in each agency system, and it would not be run through other systems. Post office, never trust them. Yeah, the post office is controlled by Democrats, so I mean, what are you supposed to do, right? And we got this story here that child actor sues over sexual assault. He sues Sean Diddy Combs. Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with a new lawsuit, this time from a man who claims Diddy sexually assaulted him when he was a minor under the guise of helping his acting career. In court documents, a man suing as John Doe said he's already a working child actor when invited to a party in 2007 as a networking event, and that's when he met Diddy. The man says the rapper invited him to talk in private about career opportunities. Once alone, according to the documents, the man claims Diddy was rubbing on parts of his body, working his way down before performing oral sex on the man while also pleasuring himself. See, I don't like this. This story seems like kind of crazy. Like, I thought you had, like, if someone's going to accuse this, I don't know how they're doing this as a John Doe, but saying that Diddy blew him is kind of like I didn't know anyone ever claimed that before. He claimed Diddy said he would keep him in mind for possible opportunities before leaving the room. And the man said he left the party shortly after the encounter. The man suing Diddy and some agents who claims he had a duty to protect him from dangers like this. Diddy's rep says the allegation from this so-called nameless child actor are false and ridiculous. He's just another hater in a long list of people trying to get money from the gravy train, encouraged by personal injury lawyers. Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted anyone, and that includes any child. These allegations will be disproven like all the rest. Diddy swings both ways, does he? Well, it's a very interesting story. Kind of interesting. Maybe interesting. Let's see. Is there anything else going on? More stuff from. Oh, sorry. More stuff out of Belfast. As the blood of another Brit stains the streets of Belfast, Starmer's regime had begun mass jailing the English for protests. Connor Bishop, 24, jailed for 2 years and 8 months. Wow. Court TV is now demanding that Austin Metcalf supporters leave the area around the courthouse. The host claims the man in the American flag shirt is inciting Karmelo Anthony supporters, intimidating them. Wow.
People that were supporting Austin Metcalf would just leave. To be honest, you know, the jury has come back with guilty. There's no need for Mr. Stars and Stripes to be standing there with his moronic, intimidating, stand your ground-ish, cliche.
Whoever this is on Court TV saying this, they should get the fuck out of America if they are upset by the flag and they're saying this stuff. Is Joe on tonight? I have no idea. Did he post anything? Did you see a post from Joe? Did you see any posts from Joe? I'll look for you. I'll look right now and see if Joe's on tonight. I mean, I would think he would be on tonight. I haven't seen any posts from him saying he would be on. I have not seen anything from Joe at all. I see nothing. I see nothing from Joe. Nothing in locals for Joe. I think he was going to a wedding this week. Not tonight, said Wednesday. He's at a wedding. Okay, said he'd be back tomorrow night. Who said this? This is very interesting, right? Let me go back a little bit so we can see. Listen to this guy saying this shit. This is great.
To be honest, you know, the jury has come back with guilty. There's no need for Mr. Stars and Stripes to be standing there with his moronic, intimidating, stand your ground-ish, cliche look to continue to incite. You want people.
It's incitement to be there. Standing while white is incitement. You heard that from fucking Court TV. Court TV says standing while white, just standing there while white is incitement. Yeah. Now white folks need permission to protest. Yes. Yeah. So just being there and being white is incitement. Being white is incitement to Court TV. When OJ was found not guilty, white people rioted all over. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah. Did I take Bella out for a little break yet? No, we're, it's, the show's almost over. Got like 5 minutes left till the goal runs out again. So, hey, what's up, West Pro? How you doing? Thanks for being here. So I'm just, if we got another hour, I would have to take a break to take her out. It's at a wedding. Thank you. Court TV is still on the air, yeah. Well, here's another thing. Here's another brilliant thing. Court TV panel melts down over the verdict. So here's Court TV for you.
I mean, I'm questioning the jury. I'm asking them, how did you reach your verdict? How did you reach it so quickly? What happened here? It was a 4-inch knife. He used it one time. He was pushed. I'm not saying that it was right, but
how did he was pushed? He had a 4-inch knife. He only used it one time. He just had it was just a small gun. He only shot him one time. What are you doing here? I mean, listen to that again.
I mean, I'm questioning the jury. I'm asking them, how did you reach your verdict? How did you reach it so quickly? What happened here? It was a 4-inch knife. He used it one time. He was pushed. I'm not saying that it was right, but what are you doing? How did you get this verdict? I'd want to know. My whole identity as a defense attorney would be in question, right? I'm questioning my identity right now, and I have nothing to do with this case. How could you come back like that? I would be enraged. I'm enraged right now. This is very upsetting. And then on top of it, to compound it, this dumb judge didn't allow cameras in the courtroom. What was your wisdom? What were you thinking? How dare you put on a robe? Are you that much of an imbecile that you won't let cameras in the courtroom in a case like this? This is not a rape case. This is something different. This is something that's clearly the whole community is enraged. And you knew that before the trial started. So, I mean, this is very upsetting.
Very upsetting. Very upsetting. Sounds like they're very upset. How did you get this verdict? Issued a threat, intentionally retrieved a knife from backpack, used a knife, clear intentional. What happened? It was a 4-inch knife. Used it once. Soy Jack. Definite Soy Jack. Michael Jafar. That's his name. Michael Jafar saying this stuff about the guy leaving. Now they're berating, supporters were berating the cops.
We heard. Hey, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. What the fuck you over? You need to be ashamed. You need to be ashamed. Because that's one of y'all that was in there.
That's one of y'all that was in there.
At your front door. And that's a sad part.
No, he's not wrong about the cameras. I agree about the cameras. There should have been cameras. Yeah. Guy's name was Michael Jafar, is what it says. Tusi TV, riots have arrested in Belfast following attempted beheading of a local man. Last week, this guy told me I work for white supremacists after he found out I work for Turning Point. Here he is screaming in the face of a white man to attempt to harass and intimidate him. So they were fine with this guy doing this shit to this guy. I believe this guy ended up getting arrested.
The judge as well in this case said it was not a case about race, but you
Jafar,
cannot deny that just the facts of the case and what we've seen play out since then and what we're happening now is because the defendant is black, the victim is white. And
because the defendant is black,
that's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
But again, this is what I alluded to when I said this has brought out what's above.
Yeah, so Emmett live now. Fox 4 Dallas because the guy's black. That's why it happened. So we have no problem with athletes, but we're not going to allow them to embrace retaliation. So they stopped a whole bunch. The Iranian team was allowed to enter the United States for the World Cup, FIFA World Cup, I think it is, FIFA whatever soccer, but they're not going to allow people from the Iranian government to come.
The Iranian team has chosen to stay in Mexico as opposed to the United States. In the beginning of the match. And we have no problem with the athletes, as we stated earlier, or their support staff. But what we're not going to allow is for them to embed in their delegation a bunch of people that we know have nothing to do with athletics and have ties to the IRGC or things of that nature. So we were going to watch that very closely, and we'll continue to watch that very closely. But by and large, I don't anticipate that problem with any other country.
Yeah, I agree. I agree about the cameras. They should have allowed cameras in there, but I believe the reason they didn't allow the cameras in there is because they didn't want the whole world to be inflamed, you know what I mean, or more inflamed by what happened to Austin Metcalf. You know, just like, this is we don't want people to see what happened. Joe's not on tonight. Yes. I smile when I'm nervous. Me too. I'm very, very nervous. Look at this. Anti-Trump lawyers, nonprofits secretly aided the state prosecutions of Trump. Memo show. This guy, isn't that illegal? Isn't that a crime? Well, Tommy Robbins says the evidence of two-tier policing is clear for all to see. PC Hasnanin Shadaz joins the Met, sexually assaults a 14-year-old girl twice, found guilty by jury, gets no jail time, fired from the Met. Connor Bishop throws a traffic cone, remanded. Starts a 3 to 5 year jail term. Wow. Two-tier care. Wow. A pre-sentence report will normally be considered if they're from a ethnic minority, culture minority, or faith minority. They'll get special treatment. Check this out. We saw the story. Remember they raided a plant in South Carolina and arrested like 48 illegal aliens? So the manager who had his business raided by ICE says the entire production line is now a ghost town. No one's showing up to work. We went from having 100 employees to 24. It's sad. It's sad. He says illegal women were trying to climb into the roof rafters to hide from ICE. In all, 48 illegal aliens were detained, plus 2 American employers who were charged with stealing the identity of real Americans to forge work documents for nearly 50 illegal aliens.
When you look around and there's nobody there, it's dead. It's dead. I mean, we went from having 100 employees working in there to we might have had 24 there today. It's sad. Had it, John, and he pointed it at me like, I mean, like that. He said, "You are putting those cuffs on." And I look at him, and are you going to shoot me? And I stuck my arms out there like that. Never seen nothing like that in my life. That's the only time I've ever had a gun pointed at me in my life. I didn't know what was going on, and I heard people screaming. So I walk into the machine shop, and there's 50, 60 agents in there. When you look around.
Oh, that's crazy. 50, 60 agents. Why wasn't there more? I mean, you had a whole shitload of illegal aliens working there. You're basically were robbing everybody. You're probably not paying taxes. You're probably stealing everything. Yeah, that's why. That is why. That is why. That is why you are my sugar diddy do. Fraud is bad. Yes. Yeah, Finn plantation owner. That's right. Makes me sick. Me too. I wonder why there's no live streams from Ireland. Did GB block their internet? It's possible, Maxie. I haven't seen any live streams. They do block it, and then basically, that's what they do. That's what they do. Oh, yep, that's what they do. That's what they do. Well, I want to thank everybody who was here. Unfortunately, we did not hit the goal for the second hour. There will be a show tomorrow at 7. So I want to thank everybody who was here. Please remember to please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Yes, he should be in jail. He should be in jail. How about hiring Americans? I want to thank everybody who was here. Please remember, hit the like. Please subscribe. And come back tomorrow for Jim to tell you the news.